I don't know, man.
Okay, well, I know a bunch of ways that they help America. So they
How do
add to the
how do they
GDP.
help?
Of course, they add to the GDP. Undocumented migrants as a demographic are very productive providers. They pay close to $100 billion in taxes on the federal, state, and local level per year. Migrants as a whole are estimated to add over $1.7 trillion to the economy in the next 10 years. Okay, so is the case that they strengthen the American economy, they boost government revenue, and they make the average quality of life significantly higher than it is now.
Nice. Yeah, those are good points. What about terrorists coming inside of the U.S.?
Terrorists coming inside of the U.S.
Yes.
Give,
Uh,
give me a little bit more than that. What do
how
you
is that
mean?
more likely to happen with a Democrat in office comparative to Donald Trump?
Well, because Joe Biden didn't really care on supporting the wall and keeping people out.
Supporting the wall, the bipartisan border bill would have built more wall than Trump ever built under his administration, and Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine that bill. Why did he do that?
For everybody tuning in on YouTube, welcome in. More debates as per usual today. We're already in the middle of our first debate. We're gonna have some good convos. Where we're at right now is Jordan is saying that Biden was more likely to let terrorists into the country because he didn't support the building of the wall. Okay, now Parker's just brought up the fact that Biden actually wanted to build more of Trump's wall than Trump built under his first admin, and Trump stopped him. So does this mean that Trump is worse at letting terrorists in?
Well, I feel like more terrorists would have came into the country when Joe Biden was the president.
Okay, so now your argument shifted to saying because you think this has happened to a higher degree under his presidency, he's culpable for it. So do you think that Donald Trump is responsible for the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression in April of 2020 at 14.8% since that happened under his presidency?
No, I can't.
No, 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 no. So don't try to use false logic that you know doesn't follow to make a point about Biden if you're not willing to hold the identical perspective as it would relate to Trump.
I guess only time will tell once people start dying from terrorists, right?
Okay, so no, the argument that only time will tell is an anti-intellectual cop out. Okay, you were just constructing
Is
sentences
he
with
also
words
acknowledging
that
that
you don't know.
he thinks it hasn't happened?
What?
Are you saying that it hasn't happened, but it could possibly happen in the future? Is that why?
He just left. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, we're gonna go to move on to our next guest here, you guys. Keep in mind if you are in that TikTok queue, make sure that you voted for Trump, y'all. Make sure that you voted for Trump. And if you are one of the 3.4 thousand people in here, make sure that you're double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 200,000 likes. Also, make sure that you're sharing this live out with a handful of friends. What is going on, Low Gang? Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You did, Mr. Logan. Why did you vote for Mr. Trumpy Dumpy, the worst president of your lifetime?
Number one is the massive border issue. Um, that was number one for me was the border.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm guessing that you see high levels of undocumented migration as a big issue, correct?
Yes.
Correct. And the only way to reduce undocumented migration in the long term is to make the legal processes of migration faster. Okay. Anything else won't work. It won't cut it. So, what is Donald Trump doing now to make the legal processes of migration insofar as reducing undocumented migration in the long term?
Well, right now the main focus is to get all the illegal immigrants out of our country, and then we can worry about fixing the immigration laws and the way that you can immigrate into the United States after that is done.
Okay,
But
I don't think that, I don't think that follows. I think that the world's, biggest country with the most booming GDP and a bureaucracy that would employ 15% of our workforce can probably focus on more than one thing at once. But assuming that you're, telling the truth, that's fine. Mass, deportation. What the hell am I saying? Give me one way in which undocumented migrants that have not committed violent crimes hurt you, me, or anybody else.
Well, number one, you can't have a country without borders. I mean, you look at any other country in the world, you look at Europe,
Okay,
they don't just let
you're not
people.
responding to the question that I asked you. You're
Can
reading
you
off
have
your
states
flashcards.
without borders?
It's not relevant because he's not responding to the question that I asked him.
So, if they're not violent, they're not going to directly hurt you, but they're not paying federal income taxes. They're not. having to do all of these things that citizens are required to do, and it's simply not fair.
Okay, so undocumented migrants pay close to $100 billion in taxes per year on the federal, state, and local level. What you said was false, and what you said was misinformation.
They cannot pay federal income tax without a social security number, so that was not false.
They
Items.
pay federal income tax with ITINs.
Refresh my memory on what that is exactly, because
An ITIN is another way to identify an individual that does not have a present and active social security number.
okay, well, I wasn't aware that they're even able to get that being undocumented, which that's actually crazy to me.
Yeah, so now that you understand that you're wrong and that undocumented migrants pay more in taxes, right, and don't reap the benefits compared to U.S. citizens, do you now disagree with mass deportation?
I do not disagree with mass.
Deportation.
No.
Deportation. No? No, okay. So then why do you still agree with it? Name one way that undocumented migrants hurt you, me, or anybody else.
It's just that's how a country operates. You don't just allow people to come into your country that are illegal and stay here. It's not
Okay,
how
no,
the
but
world
why
works.
should it be illegal? All right,
Because if it's not illegal, then anybody can come here.
and why is that bad?
Because that's not safe. You don't know who these
Not,
people
it's
are.
not safe. So you want like law and order, right? You want to like not release violent criminals into our country.
That would be preferred.
So you wouldn't vote for a candidate that released violent criminals into the country?
Why would anybody vote for that?
Okay, well, Donald Trump pardoned people who pled guilty and admitted to violently assaulting police officers on January 6th. How do you feel about that one? Because that seemingly violates what you just said.
We were talking about immigration, not U.S. citizens that were incarcerated. Let's talk about Biden's mile-long list of pardons that he made right before his presidency ended. That was
Yeah, his pardons
Were
were
any of them
awesome.
violent criminals?
No, his pardons were awesome.
Biden pardoned a serial killer that killed a girl's mother and then killed the daughter afterwards and left them
Absolutely.
in the woods.
Really?
He
Can you
did
give
not-
me a
he didn't-
single? Can you give me their name or like a single report that indicates that?
So what he's talking about is the individuals that were on death row that had their sentence commuted to life in prison. Right? So no, that's not what a pardon is.
It was a pardon.
Okay,
No.
what was their name?
What's the difference between a parting and a commuting?
Commuting.
He has no fucking clue. Okay, so what was the name of the serial killer that Biden pardoned?
I didn't memorize the guy's name.
Okay, so then give me any evidence that he pardoned a serial killer.
I mean, I don't know how you want me to show you evidence. I'm not in front of you.
Okay,
I mean,
so-
you could just
so
tell
you're-
us a title. You could tell us anything that could identify that this information is actually accurate. If you
Right,
don't have anything
precisely.
that could identify that this information is accurate, why should we believe it?
Yeah, bro. Come on. You have to be able to give us some kind of evidence that Biden literally pardoned a serial killer. Okay? Any evidence at all? A
So
name,
you-
the
so
title
you-
of an article, a publication that wrote on the issue. Anything.
So you agree that all the people Biden pardoned were good choices?
I want you to give me the name of the serial killer or any evidence that he
I
did
told
pardon
you
the
I
serial
don't have
killer.
the name. I don't have the name. I already told you that.
Okay, so then apologize to us for spreading misinformation.
I apologize.
Okay, so now that you've apologized and own up to spreading misinformation, moving on to the next point, do you think that Donald Trump is good for the economy?
Yes, looking at his first term.
Okay, so if we could look at his presidential terms to evaluate how good or bad his economic policy was and merely baselessly associate what happens in the economy is being caused by him, that means under his first term, he was responsible for the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression, and he was responsible for a total net loss in jobs under his administration, one of the only two presidents to ever do so. And now he's responsible for the quickest drop in the stock market in a 24-hour span since the recession in 2008, and he's responsible from guiding projections from the Atlanta Fed that said we were going to grow our GDP by 4% in the first financial quarter of 2025, to entering into a recession, possibly, by shrinking the GDP by 3%. Seemingly, he's not that good for the economy.
Well, his first term, we had COVID that came in towards the end. That had a big major role.
Ah, okay. So now you're identifying external variables that can impact how things happen in the economy. But your last claim was that when we ignore external variables and we just look at the facts of the economy, they were good, therefore he's good. Okay? So this means that we have to isolate for those variables, and you have to be able to explain why his policy today is so bad, or give us good economic policy of Trump's.
I'm saying that the economy was good until COVID occurred.
Okay, so what was one of his good economic policies? I'd preferably like to stay with up-to-date information, such as a good economic policy this term.
This term's a little different because what we're doing is we're trying to improve America in the long run. And we had already said that there's going to be some growing pains during the transition, and this is more about, not being taken advantage of by other countries that have taken advantage for a
Wait,
very
wait,
long
So
wait,
you
what
agree that it's
country's
bad
taking
right now
advantage of
because
us?
of Trump's tariffs?
I think everybody can agree that we're going to go through some growing pains, but in the end, I think we're going to
No,
come
no, no.
out.
Do you agree that it's like bad
Positive.
right now because of Trump?
I mean, the stock market is not doing good.
It's because of Trump?
It's because of the trade war.
And why is the trade war happening?
Because Canada has imposed ridiculously high tariffs on the United
And
States for a
why
long
did
time.
Canada impose
why did
they
ridiculously
do
high
that?
tariffs?
Yeah,
Now
why did
we're
Canada
trying-
do that?
Yeah, why did Canada impose ridiculously high tariffs?
I don't know, but I
You
do.
don't, you
What?
don't know? You don't know?
You don't know? You have no clue? Are you telling me that you just you couldn't
You can't remember?
Tell
Maybe
us? You can't
maybe
remember?
some orange guy decided to
No,
impose
no, no, no,
tariffs on
I'm-
them. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
talking about the very high tariffs that have been in place long before Trump.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that the trade war didn't just start. So why have the free falls in the stock markets
Yeah.
and the projections stating that we'll have a 3% reduction in our GDP this quarter just start? What caused that?
Yeah, why did that just happen?
Because we're now taking a very aggressive approach at trying to fix this problem.
Dean, that kind of looks like it smacks. I'm not gonna lie.
I fucking love Uncrustables. They're my favorite. Every day. When I get ready to stream, I come into my streaming room. I come into the studio with a cup of water. Sometimes I'll have a Dr. Pepper or a, coffee, and 2 Uncrustables to eat during my 4-hour streaming period. But go ahead.
So you asked why the stock market was doing so bad currently is because we're taking an aggressive approach.
Okay, so then again, Trump's aggressive approach is causing it to be bad right now.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, and you're okay with that? You're okay with the economy doing bad because of Trump? I thought that was bad under Biden. That like immediately it became worse, so you blamed it on him.
temporarily it is okay because in the end, I do believe that America's going to come out on top and better than before.
Okay, why?
Because the tariffs that are imposed on America are not fair.
Okay,
versus the-
wait. The tariffs that are imposed on America aren't fair. Okay, so Donald Trump brokered the USMCA, which was a trade agreement between America, Mexico, and Canada during his first term, and this was to reduce tariffs and other impositions on free trade between countries. So, are you saying that the USMCA trade deal that Donald Trump brokered was bad and unfair?
Mm-hmm.
Logan's not going to come back from that one. All right, we're going to get another guest up here. We'll see if Logan comes back. I find that unlikely. It's good to have all of you in here. Thank you so much for all 9,000 of you for being here. Haley, what's up? Did you vote for Trump? Yeah, Logan just ran away.
Terry,
ran
thank
away.
you for the $10. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it.
Hey, Haley, did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Oh, all right, Miss Haley. Now, please tell me why you voted for Donald Trump. I'm listening.
Before I say something, I wanted to ask Parker, how much are you in love with Charlie Kirk right now?
What do you mean in love with him?
I don't know, just wanted to know. You just debated him, so I wanted to know why you did it.
Because he's been dodging me, and he did it again. He kicked me out.
Wait, I have a question. Are you in love with Parker since you're debating him right now?
Yeah, that's
No.
crazy. Okay, so
No.
then what does that mean about me then?
I don't know, just the way how you smell at him, just,
I'm laughing at you. I'm not laughing with you.
Okay,
So why
Haley,
did you vote for
yeah,
Trump?
yeah. Why do you idealize Charlie Kirk?
why do I idolize Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's a good guy to
I
idealize.
wouldn't say I idolize him, but I think that I support what he says because I think that
Like
what
what?
he's doing right now, he's trying to persuade other people to not vote for other things that might kill this country.
Like what?
I think he has valid reasons.
Like what? Like what is going to kill this country that he's fighting against?
Well, I think he's just, what is his platform? What does he stand for? Like,
I'm
let me ask
asking
you,
you.
what does he stand for?
I'm asking you. Why are you asking me? I'm asking you. Would you like to
Or,
answer? Like, what is he fighting against that you think is so horrible?
he's fighting against his country. He's
He's
helping
fighting
Trump.
against this country.
No, he's supporting this country.
Really?
Okay, so
Hey, I have
by
a
doing
question.
what? Wait, I just want her to clarify this quick. By doing what, Haley?
He's trying to help other people let him know, other people know that other people like you that have been telling lies to us
Like what lie?
that Trump is not the greatest president and
Not the greatest
Okay.
president. So you think Trump is
Okay.
the greatest president? Can you name one Donald Trump policy that he influenced get passed that you think was good?
well he did sign off the thing where
Sign off.
He
the
signed off
women-
that thing. Okay.
Haley,
Don't
no,
worry.
it's
I'm
He
saying-
signed it. He signed that thing.
remember the
That
men-
thing, it was
no, remember
great.
the
That
men
thing
being
was
in sports?
tremendous. It was so good. It was
No,
a great
remember
thing.
the men being remember men being in sports. He signed off the thing where
real quick, Haley.
he-
Real quick, Haley. So we cannot talk about trans individuals on the live. You'll get your account banned. I'll get my account banned. TikTok does not let us have those discussions. I wish TikTok did. But I really hope that you do not qualify Donald Trump as being a better president than Abraham Lincoln because he banned 10 people from playing in the NCAA. So I think we're going to need something more than that.
Well, remember George Washington?
Yeah,
who-
I do.
who do you
remember
think
George
he
Washington,
supports?
Yeah.
Who do you think he supports?
I don't think he supports anybody because he's dead.
I'm saying when he was
Dude.
a president, obviously
Dude.
when he was a president.
Oh, when he was a president, they had completely different political parties. I think what was the predominant political party? The Whigs.
By the way, Bucky, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much.
No,
Adam,
he-
thank you
he
so much.
was
I appreciate the
pretty
10 pounds.
much
Thank you so much.
Conservative at the time.
There was no
I'm
such
not
thi-
sure,
no, there
actually.
was no
I'd
such
have
thing
to
as
really
the
think about that, to be
conservative
honest.
Or the Republican parties. And by the way,
And then
if you're
also,
saying that he
Thank you
was-
for yourself. Thank you so
No,
much for the
no,
$20.
you're-
Thank
no,
you so
the
much. I really appreciate
conservatism,
signing off on
liberalism,
things. Incredible
These concepts
things.
did not exist in American politics at the time.
Well, there wasn't a thing called it, but there were some things you could have had traits of. He would have had.
Wait, so conservatism means to conserve tradition, but there was no tradition to conserve, as he was literally the first president.
Well, technically.
Also,
there
can
was.
we wait? Would we be able to agree?
Bill of Rights?
that,
Bill of Rights.
prior American tradition was very bad, like the genocide of Native Americans, and the imperial colonialism. Those are bad things.
Right. But I don't think.
So if he was I really hope that he wasn't a conservative, because if he's a conservatism, this means that he wants to conserve genocide of Native Americans and conserve colonialism to the conquest of imperialism and the annexation of other people's lands. He wants to conserve slavery and all that's very bad, right?
David, thank you so much for the £2. Thank you.
No, I don't think that's.
What?
Are you saying George Washington was a bad person?
Yes!
Whoa, yes, I am. But I want to clarify.
Whoa.
I literally
What do you
just
mean,
said,
whoa?
Whoa, no, Haley, I just asked you if wanting to conserve genocide and slavery were bad, and you said no. Do you mind expanding on that answer?
Well, if you're talking about slavery, Abraham Lincoln was the one that helped with that.
What is this guy talking
what does
about?
Abraham Lincoln have to do with my question? Okay, I'm gonna
Girl,
be
sorry.
very,
What is
very
this
clear.
girl talking about? I can't even
I'm gonna
think
be
right now. My brain is just it's
no
my
worries,
brain's not working.
Okay,
What is
you're
going
I'm
on?
gonna
oh,
be
you're
very
talking
no,
about
Haley. I'm speaking and you're listening. I'm gonna be
you're
very
talking
clear.
about your
Haley,
brain
I'm
getting all
speaking and you're
confused.
listening. Haley, I'd really
Oh,
appreciate
what
it
if I
if you'd
talk
let me
over
have the
you?
mic.
How does that feel
Well,
like?
it honestly just kind of annoys me a very small
No,
amount.
then stop doing that to Charlie Kirk then, and
I
stop doing. Yeah.
I
What?
didn't interrupt Charlie Kirk, and he said I gave him the best point he's ever heard when I conversed with him. Now I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I just want to clarify. All right, you said that George Washington was a conservative. Okay, that's when I informed you that conservatism and traditional values was not a good thing when George Washington was alive, because what had came prior to George Washington in American history was the genocide of Native Americans and slavery. So if he was a conservative and wanted to conserve those values, it means that he wanted to conserve genocide and slavery. So my question once more is, do you think the conservation of values of genocide and slavery is a good thing or a bad thing?
Obviously it's a bad thing.
Phenomenal. So if George Washington was a conservative, we can both agree that would have been a very bad thing.
Not really, no.
Where did I go wrong in my logic?
I mean, there are certain things that would have been wrong at that time that been told to you guys in school that is not true about slavery.
Like what?
Well, have you seen the have you seen the documents of actually what happened during the time?
Well, I think I have, but apparently, according to you, I haven't. So why don't you go ahead and explain to us what American slavery was and why a lot of people have it wrong?
So, you got like the whole like thing about like people of color like were the ones that were beaten up and stuff like that.
That
And
people of color, that black people
yeah,
that were
but it
forced
was
here
also
through the
not just
transatlantic slave
yeah.
trade from Africa were enslaved in America. I am very familiar with that.
So then yeah, and that was told a lie. It wasn't just them being beaten up. It was also both. So like when I say both, I mean like they were doing it towards each other. Like it
Okay.
wasn't just one, you know.
Sure. So what you're telling us is actually wrong, okay? And it's a very dangerous lie to perpetuate. I don't know who told you or where you learned that no, American slavery was not focused, right, on the dehumanization and discrimination of black individuals to be enslaved in America, but it was rather a mix of individuals from multiple races. However, that is a lie. And that is a very dangerous, harmful, scary lie. Okay?
Do
But
you think
I
of
just want to
color
ask you a
people
Sean,
are
thank you
question.
being
so much.
part?
I appreciate
I
the
just want to
20
ask you a
NZ. Thank you
question.
so much. I really
If you're
appreciate that.
right
Thank
and
you
I'm
so much.
wrong,
I really appreciate
well,
that.
then
Thank
how
you.
come all of the civil rights movements that we saw following slavery were only applicable to black people? Because if it was both black and non black people being enslaved in America, where were the civil rights for the non black individuals that were enslaved?
Maybe they were honestly, it could have been like been told honestly, the people that could have been told this to you guys could have been the fact that um these civil rights movement going on, that could have been a trait of like people getting all I talk about like the civil rights movement.
Okay, so you're speaking words, but they don't make any sense.
Haley, I have a question.
Hmm.
When did the civil rights movement occur?
No, I'm saying like is that what you're kind of like
Yeah.
saying?
Do you know like when the civil rights movement was occurring? Like, can you give me like a point in history?
I mean, I don't remember like the year, but I
Point
remember that it was
within.
a
I'll
time.
take it within like decade, 2 decade time.
Honestly, I don't really remember. See, that's the thing. In high school, we've been telling this, and I'll be honest to you guys, is that like I feel like I got told the wrong things because I have no clue what you're asking. Because I've been told certain things that are not true. I feel like certain teachers didn't tell me certain things that were of history, that could have been important. So that's why I'm trying to prove to you guys that like whatever you guys are
Well,
asking.
Haley, I'm asking you a question to point out a very big hole, in what you're telling us. Okay,
Right.
so the question that I'm asking is what followed from slavery, right, was a very long fight that in some ways is still continuing today for equal rights for the demographic of individuals who was enslaved. So, following from slavery, although black individuals could no longer be owned as property, well, they couldn't own property. They couldn't vote. They had very limited rights of movement. They couldn't enter into the same businesses that white people could. And a million other examples of inequities that still existed following the abolition of slavery. So my question to you is, if slavery didn't just apply to black people in America, why was there only civil rights movements for black people in America? Where was the civil rights movements for all of the other non-black people that could no longer be owned as slaves, but did not have the same rights as their white counterparts?
Well, right. Just like Jews. Like why did they get their rights? Or why
What?
did they get the
Where
movement?
the fuck did? Okay, where the fuck did? What are you saying? I'm so sorry. Wait.
So
I mean, I attempted to point out an issue with your very racist false hypothesis. All right, just to demonstrate that only black individuals were enslaved in America, and if
Right.
if a history lesson that is typically taught to third graders can't convince you of that, hopefully the fact that there is still existing and has historically existed a fight for civil rights for black Americans because they were victimized by slavery and white supremacy doesn't convince you. But now you're talking about Jewish individuals. So at this point, Haley, I no longer see this as a productive conversation. I think that you've been incredibly misled by alt-right pipelines of absolute gibberish and
no, it's the
nonsense.
left people. It's the left people. I've had a left have you heard of government in law? The class called government in law?
Haley, I don't know. I'm
Well,
not, I haven't
I had
taken.
a
I don't.
teacher ask us these questions based off a test of which political side we support. And when I was called off saying, my results became conservative, and I told the entire
One second.
class,
How old are you, Haley?
why does it matter?
Oh,
Are you
did you
are you
never
a
ask
minor?
her the age?
I'm 21.
What
What's
year
your
were you
birth
born
year?
in?
What's your birth year?
2003.
That lines up. I'm not gonna
Why?
lie. I don't think that Haley could have done that the math that quick in her head if she was lying.
What?
I mean, you heard me, Haley. I understand that comes across as being rude, but I did mean what I said. So I do believe that you're 21.
And why did you say that then?
Because I don't think
Why?
that you're a smart person. I think that you have to be incredibly ignorant and avoidant of intelligence to yield conclusions.
Why
It
is
was not
being
just black
smart
individ. Go ahead.
why is being smart the most important thing? That's my question. Like why is being smart important to
Because
you guys?
because willful ignorance and rejections of intellectualism leads to harm.
It's not even like that. Like you can't process the information. It's you choose to not. You choose to because of the fact that you've bought into this cult. You've bought into the conspiracy.
Well, I just literally told you guys a few minutes ago that high school has ruined me. So obviously,
Okay.
Wait,
that's
if high school.
why.
Wait, I
I'm
just have a quick
confused.
question. If high school ruins you and made your life worse, does this mean that you peaked in high school?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Did you peak in high school?
Yeah, if high school ruined you, and since high school's just been downhill because it ruined you, does this mean that you peaked in high school? Because it's been
No.
downhill ever since.
Well,
But I thought high school ruined
okay.
you.
So then you've gone up since high school. So what's wrong?
No, I'm saying like after high school. I feel like
You've gone up, right?
no.
So you peaked in high school.
So you peaked in high school.
Okay, what would be my like peaking in high school? Like
That
no one
means
says
you
that.
hit the point of the top. You know what the peak is? It's the point at the top.
No one says peak. I never heard someone say peak.
Okay. Listen,
Really?
somebody in my YouTube chat just said, "Educate her. Stop punching down. The fuck does this help?" Okay, I agree to a certain extent. Haley, at this point, I think that we're gonna go to move on to the next guest. I do have a couple recommendations for you. Please, don't just accept very baseless, nonsensical conclusions without a moment of research. Okay, and I feel like that's what you've done as it relates to American slavery. And I want you to understand how truly harmful that is, and how much that diminishes the struggles of Black Americans historically. Because all of that very racist belief that you only know to, apparently be the case is because you learned it from a white supremacist somewhere on an alt-right pipeline on the internet, is to diminish the struggles of Black people in America. Because there's a lot of racist white people that don't want Black people to have anything, including the right to observe and reflect upon hundreds of years of trauma. They don't even want Black people to have that, okay? Right? And that is where that myth and that lie comes from. But now we're going to go to move on to the next
I
guest,
think
as
we
said.
should keep having
Clearly,
this
you
conversation, to
haven't.
be
You
honest.
guys watched Candace Owens'
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of teaching moments that could exist here. I mean, you might disagree, but a lot of people apparently must have this perspective, and people are not as likely to come on the live if they have this perspective. So obviously, we have to address concerns and things brought up at like this level as well, in
Yeah, if you
terms
have
of
anything else to bring
understanding
up,
of
go for it.
topics. I
If
mean,
you
it's
have
up to
anything
you.
else
It's
to
up
bring
to you.
up, go for
It's
it.
totally up to you. I
No,
was
no,
just
no.
saying.
If you have anything else to bring up, go for it, man.
I meant throughout all of the conversation we have with her, asking her for the reasons why she supports things. She doesn't have reasoning for it. Haley, we're just gonna ask you, why do you support things without reasoning? Do you think it's okay to believe in the Earth being flat without reason?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You think that's completely okay? You wouldn't call someone dumb or be like, "Whoa, why are you looking at it that way?" Right? If they say that the Earth is flat, really?
No, if someone asks that, if they don't know the question to it, just make them dumb.
You wouldn't be like, "Wow, that's a ridiculous point." You wouldn't think that. If someone
Well, I think
believes in
I think
unity,
it's a ridiculous question, but I don't think someone has to be right about it.
okay, no, but
Like,
do you think it's a ridiculous thing for them to believe in? Like if someone believed pigs fly, right? Would you think that's ridiculous?
no.
No? If I believe that when I die I'm going to turn into Ben 10, right, and be able to shift into any alien I want to, do you think that's ridiculous?
Well, yeah, obviously they have.
Okay, why is that ridiculous?
Because, well, as a Christian myself, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, but why is that ridiculous? You just said you don't think it's going to happen. Well, you obviously don't think pigs fly, do you? You don't think the Earth is flat, do you?
No.
Okay, so then why do you uniquely say that there?
I don't know. I just did that because I don't know.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, end this conversation. I'm done. I can't do it.
Okay, we're gonna go to move on to the next guest, y'all. Hey guys, if you're one of the 15,000 people watching the live on TikTok right now, first and foremost, make sure to hit that follow button. I'm sure that many of you guys have seen me before. This is my new live account, as this is the only account I own with live studio access. So make sure to hit that follow button. Also, make sure that you're double tapping on that phone screen. We have an army of people in here right now, literally 15,000 people, so insane. So everybody just started focusing on the double taps. We could seriously be at 10 million likes in 30 minutes. I say we try to do it. Also, make sure that you're sharing out this live with a handful of friends. And there's a handful of people that I do have to thank for donations. I'm going to try to spread it out through the conversation, so I'm not doing it all at once. But think for yourself. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Huge shout out to Think for Yourself. And I'd also like to show some love to Sheffy, as well as Aaliyah, guys. Thank you both so very, very much. And then, of course, Tickled with the $50 donation over on PayPal. Let's get at least 500 Ws for Tickled in the chat, saying so proud of you guys. Love seeing so many of your views on your lives. You deserve that and more.
Yo, Devonta, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I know, right?
Lydia with
Seriously,
$5.
yeah. Thank you so much,
Tamia
Devonta. I really appreciate
Tamia
the
with $5.
$20.
and
Thank
Soul
you
with
so
$3, guys.
much.
Thank you so much. And what is going on, Duke? Did you vote for Trump?
I did indeed.
You did indeed vote for Trump. Do you have a really shitty Bluetooth headphone connected to Bluetooth headset connected to your phone right now, perchance?
I do. Do you want me to take my AirPods off?
Preferably, if possible. 10 times better. 10 times better. So, sir, tell us why you voted for Donald Trump.
I just think liberals are spineless.
Okay.
How are we
So you
spineless?
voted for Donald Trump to own the libs. Why?
Well, because liberals are spineless. You want me to give you an example?
What is a spineless liberal?
Someone that just bows down, doesn't do the right thing
Okay,
for
someone
like,
that bows the knee and
financial
doesn't do the
gain.
right thing for financial
Yeah.
gain.
Financial gain.
Donald Trump rug pulled his own supporters out of $25 billion with a meme coin.
Sure, but like,
What was that? Donald Trump not doing the right thing for their own financial gain?
well, I don't know, but
Matthew, thank you for the
liberals, I
motorcycle.
think, in general, lie to their audiences more.
Donald Trump told 30,000 confirmed lies during his first presidency and told the biggest lie that any president has ever told with his denial of the 2020 election. You told a lie, try again.
Can you name one lie we've ever engaged in?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't really be a lie, but I think taking down your reaction to the Hassan content nuke and not re-uploading it is pretty shitty because Hassan is really dangerous for liberalism in general.
You understand that the creator of the content nuke reached out through DMs and said, I saw your reasoning why you took down your reaction to the content nuke, and I
Yeah,
thought that you had really good reasoning.
your
So tell me why
reasoning,
you have more of an issue with me privating my reaction to the content nuke, because I don't think I gave it the justice it deserved by skipping around due to the fact that I was tired after 4 hours of
I
debates.
know your
But then the
reasoning.
creator of the content nuke didn't take a single issue at all.
Understandable. I know your reasoning. So are you going to re-upload another reaction to it?
It's unlikely.
Why is that?
Why is it?
Yeah.
I've determined that I'd rather watch it in my own private time, so I'm not pressured into drawing one conclusion compared to another, while then being able to freely and publicly speak about it after I draw my own private conclusions. I find that setting to be most conducive towards truth. And if you want to call me spineless for, placing myself in a setting in which I'm most likely to draw objective truth, I would simply call you an anti-intellectualist.
Anti-intellectual. I think it's fairly anti-intellectual if
Wait,
you think,
where's the lie? I'm still waiting to hear a single lie. You said we lie more than the other side. We can
well,
give you countless lies from Donald Trump.
removed it. I don't think you removed it. I don't think that's your actual reasoning.
Okay, but
I
no,
think
name
you-
one lie
I
we've
think-
ever engaged in. We're
I
live
think
every
you
single
know-
day for 6+
I think
hours.
you know-
We're live every day for 5-6 hours. Name one lie we've ever
Okay,
engaged in.
I think you know that Hassan has a lot of power in the space. You don't want to lose
Wait,
followers.
I kind of just feel like you voted for Trump because you don't like Hassan.
No, not true at all.
So why did you vote for Trump?
He never even told us any of the lies. Like he brought up the lies was like
I'm
the
going through a
reason, but
lie
never
right
told us the
now.
lies.
You told us that you took down the reaction for
Not a
one
lie.
reason. But you know Hassan is going to put the fucking pressure on you if you
Michael,
watch
thank
a
you so
Hassan
much. Appreciate the
content nuke,
$22,
and you have to
22
acknowledge
cents. Thank
all
you
the
so much
crazy
for
shit that he's done
Born Without a
instead.
Spine. Thank you
Like
very much. I
hosting
appreciate it,
a
Michael. Thank
Houthi
you so much. I
terrorist
really
for
appreciate it. Thank
saying
you.
that rapes on October 7th don't matter. They don't change the dynamic. Or saying that it's okay that rich women are raped instead of poor women. Or making threats to kill Rick Scott. Or tweeting the gun that was used to kill Shinzo Abe.
Okay, so you have your thoughts on Hassan. I'm not here to debate about Hassan. I'm here to debate you about why you voted for Trump.
Like Duke, we
Well,
definitely have plenty of
understandable.
disagreements with Hassan.
Understandable.
And
think
also,
that-
I just wanna
huge
clarify.
fucking disagreements with Hassan.
Also,
like there are
I-
lots of things with plenty of the YouTube creators that I disagree with. And the same
I
thing
feel
goes with Dean. Go ahead.
I feel as if like this is also just to point out important to point out because of how many people are in here. So the guest just shared a list of his claims about Hassan. I'm sure that you could hear like the counter to these claims from Hassan or people in Hassan's orbit. Okay, we are not. We are just merely here to debate about why you voted for Trump. So I want you to tell us why you think that Donald Trump was a better presidential candidate than Kamala Harris.
He wasn't.
Okay, so you didn't vote for Trump then, right?
No, of course not. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Okay, so you just came up here to like shit on Hassan.
Well, shit on Hassan and shit on you for letting him influence.
Yeah, dude. All right, we're gonna move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute. All right, everyone, just give us a minute. Natty, we got Natty loading up. Everyone, do just kind of give us a minute. Everyone, do just kind of give us a minute. Matthew, thank you so much for the motorcycle. I do appreciate you so much for the love. What is going on, Natty? Did you vote for Trump?
honestly was not expecting to get picked, but no, I didn't.
Based. Well, I'm happy that you did not vote for Trump. I think that is awesome. But please do keep in mind, you guys, we are just looking to debate individuals that did vote for Trump. What is going on, Ethan? Did you vote for Trump?
Their name is Justin.
So yeah, first of all, your guys' question is, did I vote for Trump? I'm an independent, so yes, I voted for Trump, and the reason is because nowadays people are teaching about the LGBTQ, people are crossing the border that are rapists, affecting us Americans.
So I have a question. You wouldn't.
So that is the reason why I voted.
So I have a question. You wouldn't let someone legally cross the border if they
I
were held.
would, yes, yeah, legally.
Also, could we please say grape?
Yeah. You wouldn't let someone legally cross the border, right, or legally immigrate into the country if they were held civilly liable of forcibly penetrating a woman's vagina against her will?
No. My point
No,
is...
you wouldn't? Okay,
my
so then
point
why
is,
would you
if
let
you're-
them
my
into the
point is, if
position of
you're an illegal-
presidency?
Hold on. My point is, if you're an illegal immigrant and you're doing what you got to do, okay, that's fine. Stay. But what did
Justin, you're not
Hillary-
understanding my
what-
point. Wait, so then why would you let them into a position of presidency? That's the question I was asking.
Who, Donald Trump?
Yeah,
And
like he's
because
held
Donald Trump
civilly
has been
liable
held
of sexual
civilly
abuse.
liable for grape.
I mean, I'm telling you why I voted for him. His personal life, I don't agree with him. But I'm telling you why I support.
Again,
So
his
the point
policies.
of hypocrisy. So real quick, Justin, the point of hypocrisy that Parker's pointing out here is that you don't think an individual that's been held civilly liable for rape should be able to migrate into America, but apparently you think they should be able to become the president of America. This is very hypocritical because I think we could both agree.
So are you guys gonna
that it
let me
should be
finish why I
harder to
voted
become
for him, or are you
president
guys just gonna
than-
talk over me?
I
Let me
wasn't
finish
talking
why.
over you. I was
Well, let me
explaining
finish why I
Parker's
voted for
point.
him. Let me finish why.
Before
I
you
voted
finish
for him
explaining why
because
you-
of his
Hey, Justin.
LGBTQ policies
So,
and
Justin-
because he's making
Justin.
this country into a better country. That's the reason why I voted for him.
Thank you for
That
sharing.
doesn't mean, like, come
Justin,
on.
thank you for sharing your reasons with us why you voted for Trump. Now I would like you to respond to Parker's point. The point that Parker was making is that it's incredibly hypocritical to say if you think somebody's been held civilly liable for rape, they shouldn't be able to become a citizen, yet they should be able to become president that resides over all citizens, is very hypocritical because hopefully we would be able to agree that it should be harder to become president of America compared to a citizen of America. So would you now please respond to this point of hypocrisy that Parker pointed out?
If that is to be true, then Trump isn't a good human being. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to agree with his policies. That's my point.
Okay.
What
all right,
policies?
exactly.
Well, with the LGBTQ, can you believe that it really didn't get passed that trans could play in women?
Okay, so we cannot talk about T individuals on the live. TikTok restricts conversations about T individuals. We'd be more than happy to have other conversations with you. However, it is a case that I don't want my live to get banned.
All right, yeah, I apologize.
Okay, but I do hope that 10 people in the NCAA was not the reason you made the grapist president. So what's the biggest reason why you voted for Donald Trump?
First, I mean, I just turned 20, so obviously I'm not really that up to with politics. But the
I
4
am
years
20
that I
years
seen
old.
Biden,
I am 20 years old. Do not
okay,
use
so
that as
the
an
first,
excuse.
so from what I've seen and what I've heard, the first 4 years of Biden, did you see his presidency? Homeboy couldn't even look at us. He was looking at the opposite way.
Okay,
Why
so
would I
you
want
voted-
that as president?
So you voted for Donald Trump because you didn't like Biden. What about Kamala
At all,
Harris?
at all. Why did I not vote for Kamala Harris?
Because Kamala Harris was the Democrat elect.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you vote for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris?
I'm gonna get some hate over this, but it's my beliefs.
You
I
think
don't
men are
think-
better at leading than women?
Yes, I don't think women
Okay,
are ready
and-
to be
So
president.
you're a
And why-
misogynist?
Just
Like,
do you
why
think-
you gotta say that? I'm just saying
Because it's a
that I don't think
misogynistic
so. That
belief.
doesn't
That's
mean I'm a
obviously what's
misogynist.
gonna
I
be
just
attacked.
don't believe it. That's
just
all.
why do you think men are better at leading than women?
Why? I mean, I feel like the USA would have more respect. If Kamala Harris was president right now, people would be taking advantage of us. Putin would be laughing at us right now if
Okay, so-
Kamala Harris became president.
No.
So I
they
want to
would-
clarify. The reason why you think men are better at leading than women is not because you think that there's
Oh, don't get me wrong. Women
Justin,
are smarter
would you
than men.
please-
Women
would you
are
please
smarter
allow me
than
to
men.
finish?
They
Justin.
have better.
Justin,
what do
I
you
would
call
allow it. I would really appreciate it if you would stop interrupting me.
Go ahead.
So to clarify, you think men are better at leading than women,
Yes.
not because you think men are literally better at leading than women, but rather because if a
We have
woman
more
were to be our
respect.
president,
It's
we would
more
have
of a
less
man's
respect compared to
job.
man. So why is the presidency a man's job?
I mean, you guys could answer that yourselves.
No, I can't
It's
answer
pretty. It's pretty obvious why.
that. So if it's obvious, you should be
The
able
name.
to
Okay,
explain
then
that.
name me one woman president that we've had. If
We
it's
have
such a
not had a
problem.
woman president. Would
We
you
have
say
exact.
Would you say before Obama was president, because we had never had a black president, that the presidency was a white man's job?
I can't talk if I'm muted.
Please answer my question.
No.
Great. Well, you just debunked your own argument.
Why? Because I don't think women are ready yet. That doesn't mean that they'll never become president. I just don't think this world is ready yet
Great.
for the USA to
So
have
you
a
just
woman
asked me.
president.
So you just asked me how you debunked your own argument. I will explain to you how you debunked your own argument. You said that the presidency was a man's job, as we've never had a woman president.
It still is a man's job. We're just not ready for it.
So Justin, do I need to have you maybe go get some crayons and some papers from the office to draw while you listen, so you make sure you don't interrupt me?
Continue.
Thank you. So I asked you why the presidency is a man's job, and you told me that's because we've never had a president that's been a woman. Okay. Well,
Men-
the issue
with
with your
this-
lot. So Justin, I'm being serious. Put down the phone, go to the office, get the crayons and paper right fucking now.
For what? It's because I'm just saying that I
To
feel
distract
like-
yourself while I'm speaking, so you hold yourself back from interrupting me.
Then I'll just mute myself and continue.
Muting yourself works just as well. Muting yourself works just as well. So you told me that you think men are better at leading than women, and the presidency is not a woman's job, as we've never had a president that's been a woman. Okay? The issue with this logic is very simple. Before 2008, every president we had had up to that point was white. Meaning your logic would imply that it wasn't a black man's job. You told me you disagree with that conclusion, as any sane, rational person would. But in disagreeing with that conclusion, you dispute and debunk your own logic. So try again. Tell me why the presidency is a man's job.
All right.
Nothing.
Now,
You can.
reason why I believe presidencies for a man is one, I feel like every other country would respect us more. Obviously,
This
because
actually goes into my question. Why does Trump command more respect than Kamala Harris?
why? Because when Biden was president, the USA was looked as a joke, and now that
Didn't we
Trump's
have a man in the presidency?
yes,
But the
a
other
old
world leaders
old
didn't
man,
respect
so
us?
a man that couldn't even look at us, a man that was walking and falling every 5 minutes.
Would Kamala Harris command more respect than Joe Biden?
I respect Kamala more than Joe Biden. Yes.
So if she commands more respect than Joe Biden, are you saying that a woman commands more respect than a man?
No.
Yeah, you just did.
Dude,
You just
dude.
did.
Oh,
Joe
oh my
Biden.
God.
Joe
And I
Biden
just
commanded
hate Joe
less
Biden.
respect.
Anything Joe
Wait, then
Biden,
are
I
you
would
are you
become.
saying
I
are you
just
saying
don't
that
like
Joe Biden isn't a man?
I wish he wasn't. Shit.
What?
What does that mean?
I don't even know what
Anyways,
that
well,
means.
my point is, I wanted to come on here to tell you guys why I support Donald Trump. Reason is,
Thank you, Justin. You've already done it a couple times. I have one more problem with the
so
argument.
then what do you guys keep going? I already said why I support.
Perfect. So I have one more issue with your argument. The only other argument that you've given us insofar as why men are better at leading than women, specifically for the presidency, is that men would demand more respect from other foreign world leaders. There's a couple ways to look at this argument. One way to look at this argument, so I can kind of interpret what you're saying, are you saying that other world leaders are misogynistic and would just have less respect for women out of the gate, meaning they're more likely to have more respect for a president that's a man? Is that your argument?
If that's what you got out of this, I guess so.
Okay. So would you ever vote for a candidate for the presidency that's disabled? Like somebody in a wheelchair?
Not in a million years.
So FDR was a bad president since he was in a wheelchair?
I ain't get into politics like that, so I won't be able to tell you.
So if Donald
I'm
Trump,
telling you, the reason.
so I have a question. If Donald Trump became disabled from the assassination attempt, are you saying that you wouldn't have voted for him?
Yeah, he wouldn't be fit for presidency if that
So
would have
wait,
happened.
do you think that FDR was fit for the presidency? By the way, FDR was a president that got America through through the start of World War II.
Mm. Well, like I said, I didn't really go that deep down on the history of like
So
presidents.
then you just don't know what you're talking about. Would you agree
You
that
asked us why do
would
we
you
support Donald Trump?
would
I
you
told
agree?
you why.
Okay, listen.
That's the question of this
I'm
whole
gonna go ahead
topic. This is your.
and then we debate it, Justin. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a different perspective on your argument here, just because I didn't expect you to also be ableist. Would you agree that anti-black racism exists on the global stage, and it's very possible for other world leaders to be racist against black people?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Does this mean that you think white people are better at being the president compared to black people?
No. That's when did I ever say it? No.
Well, that's what you implied with your logic, because you told me that you would never vote for a woman as she'd get less respect due to other leaders' misogyny. Wouldn't it also follow that you'd never vote for a black person because they'd get less respect due to other leaders' racism? Well, you disagree with that conclusion.
So you see, this is your guys' problem. You guys are trying to put stuff in my mouth. So now you're trying to sit here and say that I'm racist. That's where you're going with this, right? This is where you're going, right? That's
So
your
where I'm
problem.
going
The
with
last
this is that your
person that
logic
was
is
on here, that girl.
So where I'm going with this is that your logic is contradictory, and the reason that your logic is contradictory is because you'd still vote for a black candidate even though they'd get less respect on the global stage because of their race compared to a white candidate. But in the same breath, you also say you never vote for a woman because they'd get less respect on the global stage compared to a man because of misogyny. Are you incapable at understanding that?
I
Do you see how
understand
that's
that.
contradictory and your logic is not being held consistently?
I'm just telling you my point of view. And
And I'm
before
showing
you muted me,
how
like you
your
said,
point
you're
of
interrupting me
view
already. You're
is
interrupting me.
contradictory.
The last person that was on here was your guys' punching bag. That Katie girl, she was horrible. You guys were just punching on her and punching on her. You guys should have just kicked her out. My
Justin,
point
honestly,
is,
I would rather talk to her than you. You're dumb.
oh my god. My point being,
You've got
my point
goldfish
being,
IQ argument.
I'm not no MAGA. I don't support Trump by his personal views. I just believe Trump was a better fit than Kamala Harris. And you guys are mad about that. That's fine. Okay.
So Justin, this is a debate live. In a debate live, you share your perspective and I respond and I point out the issues. At that point, I've done that, and I'd appreciate it if you would acknowledge my counter argument against your position that men are better at being president due to the fact that they'd get more respect on the global stage because other world leaders are misogynists. Okay? If you don't know what my counter argument to this position was, feel free to ask and I will clarify. Thank you for the money gun, Butterfly.
Can you please clarify?
Of course. So the principle that you're using to drive that conclusion is other world leaders are misogynists, meaning they'd hold less respect to a woman. Therefore, you'd vote for a man because they'd hold more respect to a man compared to the respect they'd hold to a woman.
Yeah, right. That's what I think that's how, yeah.
But in the same breath, you're also telling me that you do not think white people are better at serving in the presidency compared to black people. Even
No,
though
what?
other world leaders
Yeah,
are-
exactly. No.
Even though other world leaders are racist, meaning they'd have less respect for a black president compared to a white president. What this shows us is that the likelihood for other world leaders to respect a woman as president is not a consideration of yours when you tell me that you think a man would do the job better. Or else it would also be a consideration of yours when you're making an evaluation on the efficacy of a black individual to be president compared to a white individual.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but bro, I was like 10, 11 when Obama was president. So you guys tell me, was he respected by other presidents when he was president?
He absolutely was.
I feel like Donald Trump is less respected. Like his third national security advisor, John Bolton, said that he was a laughing fool to foreign leaders around the world. And if anything,
feel like
again,
he's less respect. Oh my God, he's absolutely less respected.
And
And
another
if
thing
anything,
I want to
Putin would
mention.
have less power if it was the case that Kamala Harris was in power, because it would be the case that she would have continued in the defense of Ukraine against Russia and got the entirety of Europe to continue doing that. So a literally united West against Russia is going to limit them from being able to do that. That is definitely more scary to Putin than literally being able to get Ukraine very easily just by like, telling Trump that you like him or something, right? Like it's like Trump has such an inflated ego that he thinks he's doing something great.
I
He's
agree.
getting
I
played by a
agree.
murderous dictator.
I agree.
So Justin,
Like I said, I don't
repeated the
agree
counter
with
argument
Trump
to you. Now please
personally.
respond to it.
Excuse me?
I repeated the counter argument to your position. Now please address it.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, me saying that a man has more respect than a woman has nothing to do with black and white. I don't know where you got that from. I don't know what you're trying to say. Hold on, let me.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and kick him, and we're gonna move on to the next guest. And the reason that we kick Justin there is because if he doesn't have the ability to conceptually think to the same extent that my fucking cat can, we're just gonna go ahead and kick him and move on to the next guest. All right. If Momo, all right, my cat, can critically think to a higher degree than you, all right, we're just gonna go ahead and kick you for productivity. So everyone just give us a minute. In the meantime, I'd really like to thank ANEMO for the $50 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much for the love, ANEMO. Thank you so much for the love. It means the world. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you so much. Everyone, please show some love to ANEMO down below in that chat right now, as well as Mackenzie with the $29 donation on Venmo. Huge shout out to Mackenzie. Everyone, seriously, please show Mackenzie some love. Mackenzie says $1 for every country with a woman leader. Let's go, dude. W. That's awesome. Thank you for the love, Mackenzie. And yeah, that guy was spewing bullshit. Taylor, thank you for the $20 over on Venmo as well, saying love the content, keep up the great work. I appreciate you for that love, Taylor. Everyone show some love to Taylor. Kari with a $5 on Venmo, thank you. And then Clarissa with the $20 as well, saying watch your lives every night after work. Love what you guys do. Keep making a difference. We'll never stop. I appreciate you not just for the donation, but the kind message as well, Clarissa. And then Kelly with a 5, Manda with a 10, Angelina with a 5. Wendy with a 15. Thank you so much for the love. And Brianna with a 10. You guys are awesome. Thank you everyone so much for the donations. Then Abby with a $1 and the 50 cents as well. All right. What is going on? We got a new guest up in here. Hello, hello. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
All right, Leo. Now, why did you vote for the worst president of your life, Mr. Donald J. Trump?
Before I start, I just want to say with both Parker and you, I think what y'all are doing with bringing politics to the younger generation is great, whether it's left wing or right wing. But with why I voted for Donald Trump,
Yo, Kyle, thank you so much for the $10.
I'm
Thank you so much
23,
for
so I'm
request of the live.
kind of just now dipping my feet more and more into
Live
politics.
access needed. You
But
have to have enough
over
followers.
the last administration,
You don't
in
have
their
enough
4
followers,
years,
so
I
it
don't
doesn't
really
allow you.
necessarily think that they were doing things
Jessica, thank you
for
for
the
$2. Thank you so
people
much.
of the United States, but more so doing things for the people of other countries. And I think that that's just not a good way to go about things when we have like a homeless epidemic. We have a lot of problems in our own country, and I'd rather see a president work for our people rather than the interest of other foreign countries.
Yeah. So, Leo, can I ask you a question? Can you name one policy supported by Republicans and or Trump that is going to reduce homelessness or poverty?
So I can't name the policies by their actual name, no. But I can say this. I think when you stop the regulations on these big American corporations, it has a trickle effect. So if we stop the regulations of some of the workspaces that we need
Italy, fireworks.
in order to comply with whoever it is that's in charge of making workspaces, I guess, more safe.
So
If
you want to
if
make workspaces less safe by restricting
it,
regulations on that?
Yeah, get rid of OSHA, right?
no, not I work construction. I own a landscape and an irrigation company. So no, nothing like that. But
Well, those
I
are
guess
regulations.
I think if we lifted up how difficult it is to have a major corporation in the United States,
Like, what
maybe not how
regulations do you want to
difficult.
limit?
Cora,
That
thank you for
isn't
the
something that I'm well educated in. But what I'm trying to say is if we make it easier for the corporations to make more money, then that makes it easier for the consumer.
So make it better for corporations is somehow gonna go help homeless people? Please,
So
you're not making any sense. I'm asking you, like, can you name one policy that Donald Trump or Republicans supported that reduces homelessness and or poverty? Neither of those things help homelessness and or poverty.
So I kind of think of it like this. If we can pay people to manufacture cars in the United States, that one is keeping money in our states, in our country, right? So instead of having,
Does he know the question I asked him? I'm confused.
I'm sorry, repeat it.
So once again, the question Parker's asking you is, seriously, just name one fucking Trump policy that will reduce homelessness or poverty.
Okay, so I'm not, like I said, I'm not very
Okay,
in
you
tune
don't
with
know one.
this.
Okay, listen.
No,
You
no.
don't know.
I'll say like what's going on right now
Dude, what's going
Dude.
on today, Dean?
with $1 billion, and the corporation is coming
Okay,
to the
hey,
United States in Arizona to build a chip factory in the United States in Arizona.
Okay, you're talking about a chip factory being built in
Yeah,
Arizona, right?
correct.
All right. Do you know what caused that?
Right. No, please inform me. Like I really genuinely
Okay,
just
then
want to
let
be
me inform you.
educated.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Biden's Chips and Science Act. So Biden and Harris, okay, they got a law through Congress and signed it into law to specifically subsidize chip producers in America, so we can go from producing 1% of the global chip supply to 30. So thank Biden and Harris for that. Now, secondarily, Donald Trump has no policy to benefit low-income, homeless, or Americans in poverty. Zero. Nada. Null. None. In fact, when we factor the impact of his tariffs into account, every American making under $395,000 per year is actually hurt by his economic policy. So when you tell me that you don't support Biden or Harris because they were too focused on spending money elsewhere when there's a lot of issues at home to deal with, like homelessness or poverty, so therefore you vote for the guy that's actively going to hurt Americans in homelessness and poverty, is very contradictory, is very hypocritical, and is very sad, right? Harris, she had tax cuts for 100 million American workers in the low and middle class, meaning that she was going to reinvest right back into the average American while building out more social safety nets to help low-income Americans in poverty, okay? That was the focus on the people that need it the most, and you voted against it.
Kyle,
So
it's not us. It's TikTok.
like I said, I own a landscaping and irrigation company, and under the Biden-Harris administration, we were getting killed with, like, for example, and I know this has a lot more factors than just the administration itself, but the prices of gas, the prices of wood, the prices of material, everything was up.
Yeah,
Now that
how do
has
they
a lot
cause
of
it to go up? Let's start there.
I'd assume when we're spending $350 billion in Ukraine,
That's
we
not
have
how
to
much we
make
gave
up.
Ukraine. That's a completely made up number.
Okay, what's the correct number? And like I said,
110
I'm
to
more so
175
wanting to
billion.
learn.
So, of course, man. So your argument is, well, the Biden-Harris administration spent money and that caused inflation, right?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. If we're giving our tax dollars to another country, we're not seeing that money return.
So Donald Trump spent twice as much money compared to the Biden-Harris administration during his first 4 years. And the biggest expense under his admin, his Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, literally saw no return. It only increased government revenues by $6 billion a year while costing $1.9 trillion.
And also the
So
money
this means that...
Good. So
Go ahead.
I was going to say the money we also gave to Ukraine, they had to, spend it on American defense contractors and manufacturers.
Okay. So I'm not well versed in that, but that does make sense to me. My thing is if it's 350 billion, if it's 100 billion, if it's $100,
Can you respond to what I just said?
What did you have a question in that, or were
No,
you,
I
thought you
had
were
a
just making
statement.
a
Donald
statement.
Trump spent twice as much as the Biden-Harris administration. So if government expenditure
In
causes
what-
inflation, Donald
in-
Trump is twice as inflationary than Biden
Okay.
and Harris.
Are you talking Donald Trump spent more money in Ukraine, or Donald Trump spent more money in total?
No,
In
debt-related
total.
spending signed into law.
Okay, so I don't really think that's a fair point to make, considering COVID-19 started under
Even if you take into
Trump's-
account non-COVID-related spending.
Donald Trump in total spent $8.6 trillion. When we account for COVID, he spent $4.8 trillion in non-COVID related expenditure. Biden and Harris in total spent $4.6 trillion. When you account for COVID, they spent $2.2 trillion in non-COVID related expenditure. So regardless, if we do or don't account for the pandemic, Donald Trump still spent twice as much as Biden and Harris.
I don't have those numbers to.
Well, you can. They're from the CRBF, the Committee
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Responsible
I'm sure
Federal
I could
Budget.
look it up and see that is true. And I'm sure there's multiple reasons for both administrations in spending that much amount of money. My whole thing is,
Your whole
I
thing
would
is
rather
right.
see the 90,000 factories that we lost over the years because it's so hard to build a company in the United States. The American dream is to have a company, build it, to be one of the biggest companies in the world. That's the whole point of
So
the
then you should
United
have voted
States.
for Kamala Harris because she would have made that easier. Do you understand
No,
that
I
the
think
stronger
Kamala
social
Harris would have
safety nets?
continued a
Now,
war.
if you now you allow me to finish real quick.
Okay,
Boykus,
I'm sorry.
Infinity
I've been
Galaxy.
allowing that.
So yeah, the stronger social safety nets a country has, the more economic mobility their constituents have. And economic mobility is just simply explaining how easy or hard it is for somebody to scale in the economy and gain a higher net worth. So because Kamala Harris supported more social safety nets and making the conditions better for low and middle like income Americans, it is the case that she would have been better for the quote unquote American dream, or allowing individuals to have a greater ability to scale in the economy.
I personally just don't understand how an administration that was pursuing basically World War III would benefit the wealth of the middle
Fred, who the
class.
fuck are
Pursuing
you?
World War III, you were so
And how
totally
can thank you so much? I
fucking
appreciate
wrong.
the
What?
10-pound tip. I
How
appreciate it.
when we are
Is that like
we
a
are
bot?
when we are
Wait,
aiding
I was like,
when we are helping a
tell off that was a
country,
victim?
right, that is
I'm so
getting
confused.
ethnically cleansed and invading, and by the way, we've had this contract to help them if they were to get invaded since the 90s, meaning Russia knew about the Budapest Memorandum. Apparently that's starting World War III. But when Donald Trump says he may deploy our military in Greenland and start a war with Europe, ethnically cleanse over 2 million Palestinians off the Gaza Strip, and bow the knee to Putin, meaning that Europe is going to be putting up stronger advances on Russia by literally possibly putting boots on the ground in Ukraine, none of those things start World War III. You are hypocritical, you are spineless, and I need you to stop lying to everybody watching, but most importantly, lying to yourself.
So the name calling stuff is kind of, I don't really understand that. I've been nothing but respectful towards you. I'd hope you could keep that same level of respect towards me.
I don't
My
think you
whole
have,
thing,
and I'm sorry for that. I could try to be kinder, but when like the willful dissemination of such ignorant propaganda, like supporting a country that's being ethnically cleansed, was starting World War III, which meant Kamala Harris was not going to help any lower middle income Americans, is what won Donald Trump the election, and what is going to lead, or has already led, to lower qualities of lives for millions of humans. So it does upset me, and I think it does so justifiably.
so can I just ask, was the Biden administration pushing for Ukraine to join NATO?
I'm
Yes
unaware
or
of
no?
their stance on Ukraine joining NATO. I would like to push for Ukraine to be a part of NATO.
So now let me ask you this: would you be okay if Putin decided to make an alliance with Mexico and start putting Russian military weapons on Mexico or in Mexico?
No, I wouldn't be okay with that.
Okay, so I think that same logic should be able to be applied for the Ukraine-Russian border.
No,
Ukraine
you're
and
wrong.
Russia.
I could tell you why you're wrong.
Okay,
Because there's 3 other countries that border Russia, Lithuania, Lithuania, and Estonia, that all joined NATO, and Russia didn't care. So now the question is, why the fuck would Russia care about Ukraine joining NATO? The answer is going to be so obvious. Are you ready?
raw minerals.
No, because they wanted to invade Ukraine. That's why.
But
Because Russia
but
wanted to invade Ukraine, and if Ukraine joined NATO, well, then all of a sudden, Article 5 could be invoked given a Russian invasion, and World War III starts. So it's crazy to me that nobody understands this. The only reason why Russia gave pushback against the idea of Ukraine joining NATO is because they were planning a goddamn invasion.
But what is what do you think Putin's reason is for invading Ukraine?
Because he sees it as a part of the USSR, and he wants to regrow his country to the strength in which it had at one point in history.
But I don't really think that's what Putin's reasoning for invading Ukraine is.
Oh, really? What's his reasoning, Nazi?
Uh, well, like, why do we have to name call? I don't
Okay,
understand that.
we could do without that. I'm sorry. That was bad. Go ahead.
I'm by no means a Nazi in any way.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
I don't understand that though. Like, can we talk
I'm
about
sorry.
that?
Yes, no, I understand it. Just slipped out. I get it. So just tell me why do you think Putin wants to invade Ukraine?
Because I don't think he wants any type of military force that is strong enough to take over a country like NATO on his border, on his western border, the easiest land to traverse through.
Well, okay, well, first of all, him invading Ukraine is going to get NATO troops on his western border because now the UK is considering putting boots on the ground. And then
Yeah.
second of all, we already have NATO troops on his wait, we already have troops on the western border. I'm pretty sure, like within the other neighboring countries, such as Lithuania, Estonia, and Lithuania. So it is the case that you're wrong. The reason why he invaded Ukraine was because he wants to rebuild the USSR. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that Putin even said this himself, in his interview with Tucker Carlson.
So, and I'll just, because I'm running out of
And
points.
Finland. Yeah, and Finland.
Finland joined in 22.
Yeah,
Or
but Finland is on their
2022.
western border. NATO's
But you can make the
already
argument
bordering Russia.
you can make the
Yeah.
argument with Finland that Putin doesn't want to I guess attack on two front lines, if that makes sense. He'd rather focus
No,
on
that doesn't
one.
make any sense.
So if I'm a war monger,
and like the eastern border, because what's on the eastern border? Alaska.
right? But I'm talking the easiest traversable path into Russia is going to be
Leo, what is your argument? Are you like defending Putin?
No, I'm not.
Wait,
my
do
argument.
you think that Russia's invasion of Ukraine was justified?
No, I don't think killing.
Okay, so then
is
what are
justified.
you arguing? What does this have to do with why you support Trump? So we
because-
started off by you saying that like you want more social safety nets for low income Americans. Absolutely.
Okay, you're
like, why-
100% right. You're 100%
and then I
right.
demonstrated to you how Kamala Harris was much better for low income Americans compared to Donald Trump. And then you said, well, no, they're actually not good for low income Americans because World War III. So then I got like a little bit upset at you for being a fear mongering like propagandist, and somehow now
I
you're
don't-
like justifying Putin's invasion of Ukraine.
I don't think it's fear mongering at all. I think it's reality. But my thing is
Wait,
one thing
justify that U.S. supporting Ukraine leads to a higher level of threat for a third world war compared to the U.S. pulling support for Ukraine. Because as far as I'm concerned, right, we were engaging in the transfer of resources through money and weapons to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we've pulled out, Europe is stepping up to the plate and considering deploying troops, boots on the ground in Ukraine. And what do you think is going to lead to a higher threat of Russia attacking a country outside of Ukraine? Money and weapons or boots on the ground?
I guess I'm confused on your question. Are you asking what would make Russia want to invade a country more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Money and weapons
I
or
would
boots
say
on the ground?
I would say that if we put American boots in Ukraine soil, then Russia would not want to try to invade.
Okay, sorry, man. I'm gonna kick you because you just didn't even understand or answer my question, and my line is a little bit short with people. Like, please, guys, if you're watching this stream and you voted for Trump, don't try to have conversations about like global politics when you know nothing. What is going on? Oh, did you vote for Trump?
No, but I just wanted.
Well, I'm sorry, man. We are just looking to debate some individuals that voted for Trump. So everyone, just kind of give us one moment here. Everyone, just give us one moment here. Brianna, thank you so much for the $15 donation over on Venmo, saying thank you for what you do. I can't believe all that Trump is doing. So real, Brianna. Thank you so much for the love. Kelly with the $2, Mimi with the $5, Abby with $1.50. Thank you so much. And what is going on, LA? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, LA is not here, so we're going to move on to the next guest. If you are in that queue, guys, make sure that you did indeed vote for Trump. We got Mercury loading up literally right now. Here we go, everyone. Do be patient. What is going on, Mercury? Did you vote for Trump?
Fuck Donald Trump, Dean.
Based. Yo, Brad, thank you so much for the $33 donation over on PayPal. I want everybody watching to show some love to Brad literally right now. Thank you so much, Brad. That is awesome. Thank you, Brad. As well as Anastasia with a $1, Michelle with a $1, and Geneva with a $5. Not to mention Traceless with the $20 in YouTube Super Chats. Thank you, Traceless. If you were watching the stream and you want to support the stream to keep the lights in the studio on and to keep this the full-time job, quite frankly. Feel free to support me through Venmo and PayPal. If you're watching on TikTok, you could find Venmo and PayPal in the link tree in the bio, or right now on the top of your phone. Look at that. Now, if you don't have Venmo or PayPal and you still want to support, you could also support over on YouTube Super Chat. Because I'm live on YouTube right now with about 1.6K people over there. Speaking of, INDIGZ, thank you so much for the $10 YouTube Super Chat saying keep up the great work. You got it. I appreciate that. What is going on, AA? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, they're not here. Isn't that crazy how we could have over 12,000 people in here, not one person that's ready and willing to debate? What that tells me is that Trump supporters know that their worldview is indefensible, because I'm standing in front of a stadium and not one person is willing to stand up. So, if you're a Trump supporter and you're willing to come up here and debate me, go ahead and drop a maggot down below in that comment section, and we will get you up here to debate. So, just be patient. Give us a minute, and we're just trying to get that next debate underway as we speak, y'all. What is going on, Nate? Did you vote for Trump?
I am Parker, by the way, for the person who just
Hold
got
on, let me turn on my
recommended.
camera.
Alexa, thank you so much
Emma,
for the
did you vote for
$10. Thank
Trump?
you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank you
Emma's
so
not
much.
here either. Look at that. Nobody wants to come up, man. Nobody wants to come up. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy?
Kyle, thank you so much for the $2. Any way to bypass fall rule? No, you have to. It's
I'm pretty
TikTok.
sure Parker's into a whole other universe.
No, it's what's it called? I've just been letting you speak and whatnot.
All right. You want to help me get a guest loaded up
I
in
don't
here
have the
real quick?
capacity to.
All right, I'll make sure I get that to you as soon as we get a guest loaded up in. What is going on? Did you vote for Trump, Amari?
No, make the Peen podcast. Make a Peen podcast.
This essentially is like the
Yeah, it
Peen
kind of is.
podcast, and like it's definitely not like a traditional podcast, but it's our version of one. What is going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
18.
18. Real quick before we hop into our debate here, yo, Blair, thank you so much for the $100 donation on Venmo. Let's get 1,000 W Blairs in the live chat. Blair says, just felt like I haven't donated in a while and wanted to show the love. Thank you for the love, Blair. That is literally so kind. Everybody, W's for Blair for at least 10 minutes. So kind. Thank you. Thank you. Then Allie, thank you for the $10 on Venmo as well. Thank you, Blair and Allie. But anyways, Mr. B-Rad, why'd you vote for Trump? Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, dude? Why'd you do it?
Well, me personally, I just like his political views and I like his economic values.
You like his political views, like his policy. What's your favorite Trump policy?
I like his LGBTQ, his economic values, the border.
Can you tell me one of his economic policies that you like?
Well, I like how he's getting more trades and how he's not sucking up to Canada.
Okay. So Canada is one of our allies. You said he's getting more trade. Did you say that?
Well, yes, and he's not
actually tariffs reduce trade.
Well, we have been protecting Canada for many years, and they haven't really given us anything.
Is this guy 12?
What do you? So you say we were protecting them. Are you saying we should stop being allies with Canada?
I'm not saying that at all.
Are you saying that they should be forced to pay us more money?
I think that they should give some value.
When you say like they're going to give us money for protection, you kind of sound like a
we give them money for protection.
And that sounds like what the mafia does. Okay, you threaten people if they don't give you money for protecting them.
Well, it's already worked with I already forgot what country it was, but I know he threatened them with tariffs, and maybe a day later they fessed up.
Bro, you play college
With
football.
what?
You're not 18. He's not 18. Oh, wait, you play high school football. I'm sorry. Get out of here. Child. Fetus.
Zygote
We had
embryo.
a fetus. We had a zygote on the live. Oh, yeah. I was probably, if I was his age, I'd probably be saying the same shit. Fun fact: I was a big Republican when I was like 13. Helena, thank you so much for the $25 donation over on Venmo. Thank you for the love, Helena. Helena says, thank you for bringing much needed awareness and knowledge to the people. I appreciate you for the love. Thank you so much for the love, Helena. I do really appreciate that. I want to see at least 250 big W's for Helena in the chat. Then Marley with the $5 as well. Yo, and Dory with $100 on PayPal. Holy crap. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. That is Doire. Thank you so much for the love. Oh, that is crazy. Great job from Ireland. Well, I really appreciate you for the huge fucking donation. I do not deserve that in the slightest, and you are literally the kindest person alive. And second of all the love right back to you. Thank you so much for the $100 donation. Holy crap. Yeah, but even like when I was 14, I don't think I was condemning quote unquote LGBTQ plus economic policy.
Doesn't really
I
make any
wasn't.
sense. Yeah.
I wasn't even running that arg as a fetus. I don't even.
Reed, thank you so much for the $4. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Kennedy, thank you so much for the $30. Thank you so much, Kennedy. I really appreciate it. And Jay, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate y'all.
What is going on, Landon? Did you vote for
What's
Trump?
up? Why do y'all care so much about low income families?
Well, for a lot of reasons. I'd say the main one is empathy.
Okay. And do you think that they have like the same ability to get same income as everybody else?
Can you repeat that question, sir?
Don't they have the same ability to get the same amount of money?
No, I think that there's disparate levels of opportunity in our system based upon levels of class.
No, yeah, I don't think that like a low-income single mother of 5 has the same opportunity to grow and scale their net worth as Barron Trump.
What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I said. Do I need to say it differently, Landon? I don't think that
say
low-income single mother of 5 has the same opportunity to scale her net worth as Barron Trump. You know? Duh.
Well, hello, are you there?
I don't know where to go from here.
I think he just stopped. I think, hello? Hello? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Why is this an argument?
Can I come back to the conversation now? Or?
What I just
like. I want to know what happened to Landon. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, now everybody's like, oh my gosh, Dean is such a pro debater for saying that like single mothers can't get as rich as the son of a billionaire. Like, why is that such why are you gagged, Landon? It's common fucking sense.
Yeah, Steve, always you can. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Steve, though. Always appreciate it. Anemo, thank you so much for the $50 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much, Anemo. Can we get some W's for Anemo in the comment section right now for the $50 YouTube super chat? Thank you so much, Anemo. I really appreciate it. Thank you. W's for Anemo in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Anemo.
Okay, Death. Hop in here. Well, before we talk to you, Death, there's actually one thing that I want to say here. So you said in the chat that I was scared of you, and that's why I invited you up.
I've just been waiting for days, man.
How fucking, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to give leeway. But, seriously, how, narcissistic do you have to be to think that the only reason I have not added you up out of 12.5 thousand people is because I'm scared of you personally?
Well, I learned from the best, right, Dean? That's exactly what you've been saying the last, week, as from what I've been hearing.
You beat me.
Yeah.
You beat me at my own game.
There you go. All right, so I voted for Trump.
The guest caught a W. That is an unequivocal, objective W. Take it away. Why did you vote for Trump?
Yo, Steve, with a $20 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate it, Steve. Can we get some W's for Steve in the chat? Thank you so much, Steve.
What he's referring to, by the way, is how I've been rage baiting Trump supporters into joining by saying that they're scared to debate me. So meet me at the own game.
Yeah,
Could you stop fucking breathing in your mic? But why did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump because I really don't like the way that the left party is going socially. I feel like it's extremely toxic. Well, you can take one of the biggest examples, the biggest streamer on the left, Hassan Parker. He's just extremely radical, and gets people just really worked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about we look on the right? Nick Fuentes. Which one do you think is more harmful?
That's a good point. Honestly, between them, Hassan Parker. He literally plays.
Hassan Parker? What? You don't even know his last name,
dude.
His last name is Piker.
Hassan Piker. My bad. I got one vowel off.
Wait, I'm so sorry, but saying that Hassan produces worse outcomes for society than a neo-Nazi that loves Hitler and gets
insane.
40,000 viewers is absolutely radical is
I disagree
absolutely
because
insane.
I don't think. Yeah, I just don't think that you really understand how
But
radical Hassan is.
but I want to like clarify.
Kim,
Nick
thank you so much for the
Fuentes
$10.
has
Thank you so
convinced
much, Kim.
hundreds of thousands of white guys that they should be white supremacists in the Holocaust. You know, it wasn't real and Hitler was good and whatnot.
Sure, Hassan just got banned for trying to incite somebody to kill a fucking what was it, CEO or something, or not CEO. It was
I have my critiques of Hassan. I actually don't hold this one too far against him because watching like the entirety of the clip, it was made incredibly fucking clear that he was saying that if these other Republicans really cared about Medicaid fraud, as they'd pointed out, that they had unalived this Rick guy because Rick committed the largest instance of Medicaid fraud that has ever occurred in our country. And then Hassan went on to own up to it, take accountability, and said that that was an incredibly hyperbolic statement and there's a billion ways to word it better. I don't think that that's comparable to making hundreds of thousands of young white guys want to like kill like Jewish people. I don't think it is at all. I don't think that's comparable in the fucking slightest.
So Dean, I know you're smart. I know you know what a dog whistle is. When you say something like,
I want you to respond. I want you to respond.
Okay,
What's worse, what Hassan did, or like radicalizing hundreds of thousands of young white guys into thinking that Jewish people are subhuman, black people are subhuman, women don't deserve rights, etc.
Hassan does the exact same thing. Hassan has literally pushed propaganda against Jewish people, called every Jewish.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just.
That's just like not true. That's just actually not true.
Yeah, no, I have my critiques of Hassan, and I've spoken very publicly about them, but to say that Hassan has a worse impact on society
than Nick Fuentes is actually delusional. It's actually delusional.
That is actually fucking delusional, and I just don't even want to entertain such a level of delusion. What is going on, Injury? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
You did vote for Trump. All right, why did you vote for Donald Trump?
And Kim, thank you so much for the $10 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much.
I have so many reasons. I guess to pick one. Do you mind if I start off with a question to you guys?
Before we do, Dean, can we actually thank people real quick? I don't want to get too behind on that. Up to you, though.
Yeah, go for it if you want.
For sure, for sure. Gia, thank you so much for the $6. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Gia. Riley, thank you so much for the $1.11. Thank you so much. Erica, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Amanda in the chat for the $100 on PayPal? Thank you so much, Amanda. Holy shit. They said, please continue to do what you do in such a clear and firm way while being respectful from a Democratic in Oklahoma. Can we get some W's for Amanda in the chat? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Amanda. Holy fuck. Thank you so much. Sorry, go ahead, Indri.
All right, so I wanted to ask, I noticed you guys, you hurl insults once, someone is inconsistent with their logic, and presumably because they're not very smart and you're smarter than them, and therefore you have the right to insult them. So
I usually only insult people like when they say something that's like very harmful that makes me emotionally upset.
Well, actually, I don't think that's quite accurate. But okay, so. Fine. Granted. Okay, so the reason why I voted for Trump is, based on what he was saying in his campaign, and I guess it's a question of whether you believe, he's going to do what he says he's going to do or not. But
have you been up on the live before?
I have one time, and
Okay. I appreciate you for joining me. However, we only talked to like one person one time, just because we try to get new people in. All right, yo, let's see. Tanner, thank you for the $1 on Venmo, saying this guy's been on the live before. Haley, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Appreciate that, Haley. Everyone show some love to Haley. And Emma with the $10 as well. Emma says, I want you to know that you genuinely changed my beliefs on abortion. Let's fucking go, Emma. W's for Emma for now being pro-choice. That is awesome. And then also Amy with a 25. Big ones.
Essence, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. As well as Russell, thank you for $2. Thank you so much.
I have considered a little bit, but I think now more than ever, I think that'd be valuable. I appreciate you for the idea, as well as the $20. Then Nicola, thank you for the $20 donation over on PayPal, saying thank you for doing what you do. I appreciate you for your kindness and the kind message, and thank you for the $20. At least 200 W's for Nicola. That is Nicola. Then Caitlin with a $10, Greta with a 5, and Zara with a 5. Not to mention Lily with a 2. Guys, thank you. All right, moving on to the next guest.
Yo, Shannon with the $50 on PayPal.
Loading up as we speak, quite frankly.
Yo, Shannon with the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much for Let's see if we can beat Dean again tonight in Donos in a friendly competition. People got nasty last time. Hashtag Parker for president. Thank you, Shannon, for the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Dean turns it on. Oh my God, no.
What is Shannon's deal?
Yo, W Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Okay, Lennox, do you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
20, what time is it?
What time is it? For me right now, it's 10:39 because I'm in the UK.
All right, moving on. We got the next guest loading up in here. Yo, we actually got Landon back in the queue.
Yo, Wendy with the $50 YouTube super chat as well. Thank you so much, Wendy. Holy shit. Can we get some W's for Wendy in the chat as well? Thank you so much, Wendy, for the $50 YouTube super chat as well.
What is going on, Landon? Did you vote for Trump?
What up? What are we going nuts for?
Oh, yeah, you're back. How old are you, Landon?
Yeah. Huh?
How old are you?
20.
20. Okay, so Landon, you came up here, you asked me a question, and then you just like glitched the fuck out and took like 15 minutes to reboot, and now you're back. I'd first of all like to thank you for being back. And then second of all, if you'd like to maybe respond to what we had previously discussed, or if you want to bring up a new point, feel free. You kind of control the mic.
Before I tell you why I'm Republican, what do y'all think Hunter Biden's doing right now?
I don't know, man.
If we had to guess, like, what do we think he's doing?
Probably chilling on a beach somewhere on the East Coast. So, why do you think that Trump
doing
is better
something where drugs is legal? Yeah. Do what?
Okay, Landon, you understand that I now have to kick you because of that joke I knew that you were gonna make, because you literally just cannot talk about those things on TikTok, or else we get a restriction on the live. Plus, the joke didn't land and nobody laughed.
That's rough.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, Landon. I'm like. I kind of knew that you were going to say that, but now we got to kick you because you can't even talk about that on TikTok Live, man. What's up, Michael? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I'm actually from Finland.
Yo, W Finland, bro. W Finland. Unfortunately, only talking to people that voted for Trump, and holy shit, yo! Haley with a $200 donation on Venmo. That is absurd, Haley. Haley says, educating people and making a difference. Dude, I literally don't fucking get it. Holy shit. I will never understand just like the kindness and generosity of individuals such as yourself, Haley. I do not think I deserve that much money at fucking all. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much, Haley. That is so much money. I will just never understand. If we could all please have like a billion W Haleys in the chat for at least the next 15 minutes, that'd be awesome. And thank you so much for the love. That is literally fucking nuts.
Not
thank
you mogging
so
me
much,
after
Haley.
what happened with after Shannon said that.
Yeah, Haley kind of kicked some ass. What's up? You vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
You did vote for Trump. How old are you, man?
26.
26. Why did you vote for Fork Bowl? Just set it aside. Next 10 minutes. Why did you vote for Trump?
Well, can I preference first my political views?
Well, I mean, did you vote for Trump?
No, I did. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if your political views is what led you to thinking he was a better candidate than her.
Well, yeah, because
voted for Trump.
Yeah, well, it's not really why his necessarily like Republican Party why I liked him, and as to why I voted for him, it's more because of the Democratic Party. I mean, I voted for Biden previously, and I was pushing to vote Democrat again. I've been like more of a moderate left-wing most of my life, but the whole Biden cognitive decline, and then the whole Kamala Harris.
So I want to clarify. You voted for Trump because Kamala Harris got into the race late.
That, and also how they lied about his cognitive decline the whole time.
I have a question. What's a bigger lie? Covering up cognitive decline of Biden's, or covering up the outcome of the 2020 election?
All right. All right, Dean, I mean, I get it, like...
Well, I asked a question.
Probably the election. Probably the.
Good. So,
And you're not
in
going
the
to have
context
like.
of a party leadership line, you had more reason to vote for Harris.
Look, I mean, you're not going to have me like defend Trump. Like, I mean, I don't think the guy's a good guy. It's just, to be honest, it was more of a referendum against, like, what happened in the mainstream media
Okay,
and how much.
can you tell me, like, you don't know any of the policies, you don't know any of the reasons why you supported him? You're saying it was against the Democratic Party. Name one bad thing Biden did in presidency.
It wasn't really what he did. It was more kind of this like cult following of like the mainstream media and how they kind of like publicize how great he was and how how his
Isn't that what like the entirety of Twitter right now is doing to Trump? But like to a much worse degree.
But
Because
wait,
instead of like justifying like I don't know, covering up his cognitive decline, they're now justifying like claiming that he won the 2020 election.
And that's ridiculous. I get
wanting
it.
to send the US to own and occupy Gaza to ethnically cleanse it.
Yo, I get
I'm
it.
also pretty sure that one of the largest Twitter accounts for the conservatives had made a post about how Biden like falsely pumped up his economy. So now going into Donald Trump's term, we just see, the result of no more fake pumping of the economy. We see like the biggest cope in glory given to Trump on Twitter compared to anything I've ever seen on the mainstream media.
And also, Dean, I don't mean to one-up you, but Tanjiro, thank you for the $200 on Cash App. Thank you so much for you and Dean always make my day. And Shannon with another $50. Thank you so much for Damn It Haley. # Parker for president. Thank you so much, Shannon. And Tanjiro, thank you so much, as well as Brianna. Thank you for the $5.
Bro, why people are trying to start a civil war right now?
Yo, friendly competition. Okay, bro. Yo, Dean. Noel, thank you for the $10 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much.
Good.
Yeah, but can we at least agree that did happen? Like,
Thank you, Noel.
No, I think that Biden was.
Can we at least agree that the year before the election, there was a huge uproar in the media that was saying how Biden's okay.
Dude, I'm not gonna agree. I'm not gonna concede anything. I'm not gonna make any concessions until you justify to me that somehow, somewhere in your brain, you were able to say, well, they lied about Biden's mental state, therefore I'm gonna vote for the guy that told 30,000 lies and told the biggest lie that any sitting president has ever told. Like, I'm being dead ass. That is like the stupidest shit that I've ever heard. This is like comparing Jeffrey Dahmer to a 14-year-old who stole a Snickers bar from a gas station and protesting that 14-year-old by giving Jeffrey Dahmer the key to your house. Like,
wait, hold on.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I find it incredibly hypocritical. And then also, just as it would apply to statements regarding Biden's mental state, I agree. I agree with everything that was said by Kamala Harris and other Democrats in positions of leadership, because I believe the goal that they were trying to achieve was a demonstration that Biden was more mentally competent to serve when compared to Trump. And I absolutely agree with that. But I'm done talking about the 14-year-old stealing the Snickers from the gas station. I want to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer. Donald Trump has been lying about the outcome of the 2020 election since it occurred, and he covertly tried to rig and steal the election from Biden by installing fake votes for himself in Congress. If you value these very simple human virtues like honesty and transparency, Donald Trump would have been the last human alive that you would have elected to vote for in the 2024 election.
Dean, you're trying to downplay an entire which I voted for.
Wait. You're trying to upplay it. I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm being rational and logical and saying that is nowhere as significantly wrong as Donald Trump and his lies. You're trying to upplay it. You will not be able to convince me, nor any sane, rational American citizzen, that saying Biden is fit to serve was worse than Donald Trump convincing 70%.
Dan, thank you for the $10 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much. And Najia, thank you so much with the $100. Thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate you telling me that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you being here. I see you here all the time. I really appreciate it. Can we get fucking W's for Najia in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. W's for them in the comment section.
Campuses, all my friends, people at my workplace. This is a common thing.
So what made Donald Trump a better president? I know ignorance is common. So what made Donald Trump a better presidential candidate than Harris?
To be honest, I don't think his necessary policies in general were. I think, to be honest, like for me, like nothing really changes. I understand that.
Nothing. So Donald Trump was a better candidate because nothing changes. That doesn't make sense.
No, it's not that. I mean, for me personally, the reason I voted for him is.
No, I don't. I want to know why you thought he was a better candidate. So what is the reason why Donald Trump was a better candidate than Harris?
Okay, I can say low taxes.
Low taxes? How? Okay. How old are you?
26.
Okay. You make under $400,000 per year, right?
I do.
Yeah, you're going to pay more in taxes under Donald Trump's tax cuts compared to what Kamala Harris proposed. Everybody making under $395,000 per year won't just be paying more taxes under Donald Trump's new tax policy, new economic policy compared to what Harris was proposing, but literally compared to what Donald Trump has already been running on for the last 7 years. Every single person, according to the Institution of Economics and Taxation, will be worse off as long as they are in the bottom 95% of incomes.
You're telling me Harris's tax policy would have me paying less taxes than Trump's?
110%. Yeah,
really?
Because her tax policy only benefited members of the low and the middle class. 80% of the cuts in Donald Trump's bill goes to members of the top 1%, not to mention Donald Trump supports blanket tariffs, which regressively hurt you the less money you make, meaning it's a double fucking whammy. Give more to the rich and take away from the poor.
Well, like I said, you asked me why I voted for him. It was really because I was annoyed with the Democratic Party. I was annoyed with how much this mainstream media was pushing this like false narrative. And I get it about the election, and I don't believe it was stolen. Like, you're not going to have me defending that. But it just pissed me off that every day I would see them say, no, he's great, he's perfect, he's ready. And then Harris would say, oh, no, he's super fit, this and that. And then
I've already responded to this argument, and instead of addressing my rebuttal, you instead just repeat yourself.
No, because your rebuttal,
dishonest way of debating.
But your rebuttal is to say, oh well.
Yeah. You gave Jeffrey Dahmer the keys to your house in protest of the 14-year-old that stole the Snickers from the gas station.
Oh my God, it's not. I mean, you're really downplaying it, like.
And then, wait. You have the burden.
Yeah, plausible. Thank you so much for the 20 Canadian dollars for keep doing what you do. Keep dunking on received opinions. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Give me some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I didn't like how we didn't have an open Democratic primary. Like, I wasn't even able to vote.
Are you saying that like that was anti-democratic?
Yeah.
Wait, are you a registered Democrat?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Did you vote in the primaries for the Republican Party?
No.
Okay. So you're a registered Democrat. You would have voted for Joe Biden, but you wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris?
Well, I already did vote for Joe Biden.
Would you have voted for Joe Biden if he won in 2024?
Well, if you in an altered reality where he wasn't cognitively
No. In the same condition he was, because he won the primary. So it's not just about winning the primary and having the choice to vote for him that gets you to vote for him. It's going to be them as a person, their qualities, their character. It's going to be the policies they advocate for. So can you tell me anything about Kamala Harris that you dislike?
Not necessarily with her, but I didn't like how she wasn't. That she wasn't elected. She was literally.
Come on, dude.
Can you name anything about Trump that you don't like?
80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee.
Yeah, but that wasn't. But that was a Democrat. I mean,
can you name anything about Trump that you don't like?
There's plenty. I mean, I think
there's plenty of things about Trump that you don't like. There's nothing about Kamala Harris that you don't like. So why was Trump the better fucking candidate?
I don't know.
Because I thought when we don't like things about somebody, that's merely just a representation of our preference against them.
I'm just being honest.
And when you tell me that there's a lot of things that you don't like about Trump and nothing that you don't like about Kamala Harris, you were literally describing in very clear language that you have more of a preference against Trump than Kamala Harris.
I did, but I'm telling you the real reason was just I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed with the Democratic Party.
Okay.
Okay, but you have nothing that you're annoyed at. What are you annoyed at?
It's time for this guy to hit the Jets. It's time for you to hit the Jets.
All right, you can kick me. I just wanted to say that already. I'm just saying, a lot of people I talk to, that's the reason. Also, they were just annoyed and fed up with it.
Yeah, but like, what? You can't say anything in specific.
It was really. Oh, I'm not gonna repeat it. Dean's gonna go crazy on me if I repeat it. So you can just kick me. It's all
Not
good.
if Parker asks you. I'll only go
SC
crazy on
65,
you.
I don't know. Maybe.
If you repeat it in response.
Well, look,
to
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say.
that's the interesting
Look, I'm not gonna say I'm like super policy oriented or no. I'm just saying.
You just don't know any, you don't know any policies. What do you mean super policy oriented?
Well,
You're
I mean,
not
I've been
policy
listening to you guys
oriented
for-
at all.
Oh yeah, all right, yeah. I've been listening to you guys for a little bit. I know what you guys are saying. I mean, it made me seem like I made the wrong choice, but
Okay. Well, what makes you think you made the right choice? You didn't really have any reasoning. You kind of were just like, oh, I felt like it, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's good enough reasoning.
Yeah, I guess so. I
don't think vibes are enough.
Okay. All right. Well.
Alrighty. All right. Well, you guys have a good day.
Have a good rest of your day, man. We're gonna go to get the next guest up here literally right now. If everyone will just give us 1 minute to get the next guest up in the live. All right, Parker, I'm gonna give you mod powers if you could help me load the next guest up while I look for a few things. Everybody, just give us a minute to get that next guest, y'all. If you are watching on TikTok and you'd like to support me, you could find the Venmo and the PayPal, A, on the top of the phone screen, but B, in the link tree in the bio. That's the easiest way to find it. If you're watching over on YouTube, you could find the Venmo and the PayPal in the bio, or you could support through Super Chat. So we're going to go to get that next guest up in here literally right now. I'd like to thank Michelle with a $5 on PayPal, Jessica with a $5 on PayPal. Thank you both so very, very much, Michelle and Jessica. I'd also like to thank Megan with the $20 over on Venmo, saying thank you for what you do, keep informing MAG of the fact and shutting down the propaganda. I love what I do, and I will never stop. And then Tina with the $25 on Venmo. I'm 56, and I'm a lifelong liberal, and you inspire me. Oh, Tina, I love hearing from people that are much
Caleb,
older
thank you for
than
the $2 for daily watch
enjoy
tax.
my
Thank you
content.
so much.
That just
Thank
really
you.
does tell me that I am doing something right. So just know that I appreciate you. Thank you, Tina. Huge shout out to Tina and Michelle, y'all. As well as I'd like to show some very special love to Caleb with the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat, saying that I'm usually in Parker's YouTube stream, but since you're behind right now, you have to stoke the fires of the comeback. Yeah, let's go, Caleb. Let's fucking go. Huge shout out to Caleb for that. Then also Nathan with a $15 saying, "Gay millennial here, thrilled you're making a living off of educating your peers. Last election proved it's needed." Yeah, I love the way I make a living, man. It's one of the most rewarding and redeeming ways to generate an income of all fucking kind. But yo, what is up, HAKD? Did you vote for Trump? All right, they're not here, man. Guys, go ahead and drop a MAGA down below in that comment section if you do want to come up and debate, y'all. You know, just looking for a bunch of Trump supporters to come debate, That's right. Yo, Natasha, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. And Jada with the $25 on Venmo. Everybody, at least 250 big W's for Jada down below in that live chat with the $25. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much, Jada. We're going to go to get that next guest up here right now. It's just, you know, take it as a moment because people are terrified. Hello, Beatles lover. How old are you?
Can you hear me?
Wow, you are a unusually cultured fetus.
If you give me mod powers, I will help you. Traceless, think of a $10 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much.
I know. I just have to like switch my account. I have to get another guest up here to be able to do it.
Wait, Elon was promoting Teslas. Elon and Trump were promoting Teslas in front of the White House. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, they were. And then Trump was like, well, I'm going to go out and buy a Tesla. Yeah. So it's funny now, I guess, what happened to the whole bad EV thing. I thought that, you know,
I know,
really
right?
those EVs.
Yo,
what's going on, Cassie?
Sid with the $100 YouTube super chat for Parker. You're so early today. Work made me miss so much. I haven't been on live for less than 2 hours, so don't worry, Sid. Thank you for the $100 fucking dollars on
That's
YouTube
crazy,
super
that's
chat,
crazy.
though.
Thank you, Sid.
Thank you so much, Sid. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sid.
Cassie, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No worries, Cassie. Moving on to Russell. Here we go. Next guest is loading up. Phenomenal. Here we go. All right, guys. Yeah, so Elon has lost like $1 million a day since the inauguration. Wait, actually $1 billion, I think. I think it's some crazy amount, some very crazy amount. I think he lost $16 billion just today. Yo, for the 12.2 thousand people watching, we literally have a fucking army in here right now. If you guys could double tap so fast on that phone screen, that'd be phenomenal. And hopefully we'll be able to get a next guest up here. What's up, Charlotte? Did you vote for Trump? Charlotte?
Hello?
Did you vote for Trump? No, it's a child, bro. Wow, guys, nobody is willing to debate. Out of like 12,000 people, not one human soul is like, I'll debate him. Okay, all right.
Dean, how long do you plan to be on live today?
At least another 8 hours. I'll be on. I'm doing a 10-hour streamathon today, Parker.
No, you're not. Shut up.
Yes, I am. I am.
Dean,
Indeed,
I actually don't believe you could do that long on live. I'm not trolling.
No, I couldn't.
I don't think I've
I'd
ever
die.
seen you live that long.
The longest I've ever been live is like maybe 6 hours or a little over. I can't go for that long, man. My brain.
You know,
just
I've
gives
been
up.
on live for over 12 hours before.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, you don't get hungry, you don't get thirsty, you don't get lightheaded, you don't get
I will
tired.
get thirsty, but I get water before.
But what about food? No food. I don't get it, man. What's up,
I'm
Carter?
wild.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did vote for Trump this December. And fuck you, Dean. I believe you're fake, and I believe you're a government plant for Kamala. All right?
Kamala? Wait, I have a question. Am I a government plant?
Yeah, you are a government plant, Parker. You're not real.
Okay, Carter, let's talk about this. Why do you think I'm a government plant, and what do you mean by that? Because you just said we're not real. What do you mean we're not real? I'm a real person, Carter.
No. You're not a real person, all right? Kamala bought people to, like, robots, all right? And you're a robot, and so are you, Parker.
Yep, I am a robot. You're right. AI Parker.
Yep, she bought people to be robots for her and go on the internet and spread misinformation
Trace,
about
let's
her.
think of it,
all
$10.
right?
Thank you so much.
Wait, what if you're one of those counter bots that the RNC, made?
There's no such thing as counterbots, all right?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
are-
bro, you're just a counter bot. You're also AI, just like me.
No,
to
you're
combat
not.
the
No.
Yeah,
Carter, all the guests that come up here are also bots.
Parker, you are a robot.
Yeah, you are too.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Prove it.
You prove it.
I won't. How do you want me to prove it? You
Turn
guys.
your camera on.
All right. No.
Wait, Brianna, thank you so much for the $20
No,
donation
Parker.
over on Venmo, saying love from a
You're a bot.
non-robot. Thank you so much for the love, Brianna. Thank
You're
you
a
so
bot.
much. Everyone show some love to Brianna. Then Libby with a $25 and Brandon with a $20. Everybody show some love to Brandon, Libby, and Brianna down below in the chat for the very kind donations. Thank you all so very much for the bot donations. I appreciate that. Thank you guys.
And Gerard, thank you for
guys.
the $10 for beep boop, beep boop. And then Anna, thank you
Yeah.
for the $1. Thank you so much. And then McKenna, thank you for the $1. No, Charlie won't debate me. He's scared to debate me.
Yeah. Hey, man, could you just leave? Nobody likes you. Nobody
I
likes
like
you.
myself. All right. Listen. All right.
I'm just starting to bully these. Okay, I need to.
Yeah,
all right,
you
guys.
need to
Wow.
show.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
Yo,
People are saying
Jonda, thank you so much for the
beep.
dinosaur. Thank you so much. Ali, thank you so
$1
much. I
thing.
appreciate the $10 for donation to Robot. Sierra, thank you for the $2 for Brobot. And then Ellie, thank you so much. Or Eli, thank you so much for the $50 for ParkerBot 9000. Yo, thank you so much, Eli. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's get some W's for the comment in the comment section.
Now they're starting to come in over here too. Traceless with a $10 Santos program by Dean to donate $10. Let's go. The
Yes.
hack is working. Let's fucking go. This is how we're getting our money up today.
Demon, thank
That's
you for
right.
$2 for AI here. Thanks for the content. You're welcome.
Katie, thanks for the $10 on Venmo. Okay, anything else, man? Did you? Whoa, Sid! Thank you so much for the $50 super chat on YouTube, and Melora with a $20 super chat. Donation on Venmo. Everyone, show some love to Melora and Sid. That is fucking nuts. Huge shout out to Melora and Sid. You guys are absolutely insane.
Look at this. I got
Thank
it
you,
up.
Melora and Sid. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
I'm saying something important right now. All right.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Sabrina, thank you for the $25 for you and Dean. Make me feel like there is hope. Thank you. I really appreciate Sabrina. And then Sierra, thank you for the $5 for the update bot. Thank you. Carter,
just
I'm
like
sorry.
Florida-
You're not really making sense here. Man.
Carter, I'm
There
an
we go.
environmentalist. I care about about carbon emissions. I want you to shut the hell up and never
Look at
speak
this.
with your mouth again, because every single word you say
Boom.
is
Kamala
literally
Harris
so
is
fucking
no stranger to the tech
moment.
industry. Here's
One
what
moment.
she's done
One
about
moment.
AI. All right. She's already confirmed AI.
Okay, we just picked him.
Dude, he looks like 15, dude.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, I'm an environmentalist, and because the words that are coming out of his mouth are so fucking useless and unnecessary to be spoken, he's just making baseless carbon emissions by breathing in and out with the use of spoken language that you just really need to stop fucking speaking, okay? All right, we're gonna move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute here. That guest really just needs to stop speaking. Everybody, go ahead and put a MAGA down below in that chat. By the way, Parker, you have full mod powers now, hopefully.
I feel like super. I don't have them yet.
Yes, you do.
It doesn't allow me to add anyone up yet.
What the fuck? I gave them to you. I had to leave and I had to go through all the works and it was a whole lot of shit.
I still can't click on anyone to add them up or look at the box. Yo, Bruno with the $20. Thank you so much for Electric Deans and Parker Dream of Electric Sheep. You guys give me hope.
Let's go, Bruno. And Bruno, thank you for the $20 as well. AV, what's up? Do you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
19. Why did you vote for the worst president of your lifetime, Mr. Donald J. Trump?
Yeah, so hang on. Can I just get to my desk real quick?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll give you the reasons on the way.
Okay.
I was just joking. You can literally get over to your desk. I was just making a joke.
Okay.
Amelia,
So
the $5. I have to drop and come back in order to get mod powers.
Do it.
All right.
Okay, I'm at my desk.
So you're pro-Russia?
Dean, something that was funny, when you sent me an invite, it says, when you go live with this guest, it's usually popular. That's what it said.
That's right, Parker.
Amelia, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, YouTube Super Chat. D-Squad, thank you so much for the $10.11 for binary amount for the robot.
AV, so you're pro-Russia?
Oh, they left. Oh my God, Liz with $150 on Venmo. Holy shit, Liz. Can we get some W's for Liz in the comment section for the $150 on Venmo? Thank you so much. As well as Olivia with the $25 for don't forget the oil robot joints. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Forget to oil the robot joints. Yeah.
We're going to get the next guest up here right now. If you want to support the stream for either me or Parker, you can find our Venmos, PayPals, all in the link trees in the bios, or over on the YouTube through the Super Chats. We're going to get that next guest up in here right now. Go ahead and drop a maggot down below in that live chat if you do want to come up and debate. We got Maximilian loading in as we speak. And then also, of course, I'd like to thank D-Squad for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you. And then Tyrone with the $5 on PayPal and Jada with the $1 on Venmo. Thank you guys so much.
King Reaper, thank you for the 5. Thank you.
Then Jonda, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Huge shout out to Jonda. What is going on, Maximilian? Did you vote for Trump?
Hey, Dean. No, I did not. I was just curious how.
I'm so sorry. Aiden, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Why did you vote for Donald J. Trump?
It says you added me, but it doesn't give me the ability.
All right, three reasons. 1, immigration. 2.
Wait. We spoke yesterday. Anti-Fed is projecting that we may be going into a recession, and we're having the quickest free falls in the stock market since the 2008 recession. So how did that work out for you?
It worked out nicely.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking with you. It didn't work out nicely. What I can say is that there will be, I mean, Trump said it himself, there's going to be a transitionary period. Things aren't going to go smooth right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that things got to get worse before
Y'all, I backed out. I backed out of it.
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm saying that when there's a transition in place,
and then came back in.
There's going to be some ripples, and that's what we're seeing here in the stock market.
But why was Biden able to get America from a 9% level of inflation to a 3% level of inflation without any of this transitionary negative effects on the stock market bullshit? I feel like that's just pseudoscience made up to justify an unjustifiable candidate.
I mean, you're using a point that you've used to debate the exact opposite, though. I mean, I've heard you and Parker both say that the president doesn't affect inflation.
Oh,
That's not something you can.
Wait, so like we can
you've
say
never heard me
certain
make
things.
that point.
We can say they can do certain things that can cause that. Just Joe Biden, Kamala Harris didn't do anything to cause it. Okay. Now, like for example, Donald Trump, he supports tariffs, which does cause prices to go up. That does cause inflation. Okay. And also, like it causes the prices of these different stocks to go down in value. So if anything, that would be devaluation or deflation within that context. But it's not like a deflation from an overall economic perspective.
That makes sense. I got to apologize. I didn't vote for Trump. Fuck that guy. Keep doing the good work, guys. Sorry.
Have a good one. Have a good one. We're gonna get on to the next guest. Parker could finally help us start loading those guests up. So we are locked in. We are locked in, guys. We are locked in. And oh my God, Rose with the $150 donation over on Venmo. Let's fucking go, Rose. I want to see at least 1,500 big Rose W's. Once again, I do not deserve that shit, and you were literally so kind. That is fucking nuts. Thank you so much for the love, Rose. Everybody, W's for Rose in the comment section, as well as Noah with the $20 on Venmo. Thank you, Noah and Rose. Thank you, Noah and Rose. Okay, what is going on, Jacob? Oh, and prayer emoji. Did all three of you vote for Trump?
Yep.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't, but I can give you reasons.
All right, sorry. So we got Jacob and prayer emoji. We're going to go ahead and do a 2v2. Okay, why'd y'all vote for Trump?
I'll let that guy go first.
Jacob, I want you to go first, bud. Take it away.
All right, I will. I'm not a big political guy, but I have a pretty big policy of immigration. I just have it's just common sense to me. I don't know.
Truly. So what do you think is commonsensical about your view on immigration? Tell us. Is it the mass deportation? What is it?
My personal view on immigration is I feel like there's a legal process to get in. Sure, refugeeing is fine, but I don't agree that illegals should be able to come in. I feel like there should be some type of deal or some type of law. I'm not smart enough or good enough to do any of this, but that illegals that are in the country now should somehow find a way to stay in the country. Maybe have to pay a tax that they haven't paid before, like taxes they haven't paid before, stuff like that.
Okay.
But
okay, so I want to clarify. So far what you've shared with us is you support some pathway to residency or citizenship for undocumented migrants that are already in America. Good. So the only way to slow undocumented migration into America in the long term is to make the legal ports of migration better. Okay?
I agree with you.
Do you think people want to enter into America with the use of undocumented means? Absolutely fucking not. They're under constant threat of deportation, of being deported. They're under this constant threat that ICE will throw them on a truck and send them back over a border. Okay? American citizens are hate criming undocumented migrants at unprecedented levels. It is a scary thing to be an undocumented migrant. Okay? The only reason why individuals enter into our country with the use of undocumented means is because of how bad the legal systems of migration are. And you did say that you agreed to that. So please tell me, what is Donald Trump's solution to make the legal processes of migration better?
I don't. That's a hard question, sir. I feel like what Donald Trump has said to the media and what he physically has done, he sent more officers to the border to protect the border more. I feel like that was more
that is
right
not
thing
a
to do.
long-term solution. That is a short-term.
I agree.
Solution.
I agree with you.
So I'm asking,
I fully
the question
agree
that
with
I
you.
asked you was for a long-term solution.
I don't see really any long-term solution on either side of the aisle. I'm totally honest with you. But
Harris did have a long-term solution. Harris wanted to spend more money on courts at the border to expedite legal claims of migration to citizenship, residency, and asylum, which would have reduced undocumented migration. Yes.
That sounds like a good law or whatever she said. I don't know if it's 100% true. If it is, cool. But
so in other words, Kamala Harris was the only candidate in the race with a long-term policy to effectively reduce undocumented migration.
I don't know if I don't think that's true at all. Why would she not?
So then tell me what Donald Trump's long-term policy was.
I physically don't know. I couldn't tell you. I know the short-term policy.
So then how could you say what I'm saying is false?
Say that again, sir.
So I said that Kamala Harris was the only candidate with long-term policy to reduce undocumented migration. You said that's false. So that would imply that
No,
either
no,
she
I
didn't
said,
act-
I don't know if that's true or false. Sorry, I meant I do not know if that's true or false. That could be true or false. I have no clue. But
Okay, well, I was able to name her long-term solution.
I
with Donald
cannot. Sorry,
Trump's.
I cannot name any long term. I would have to do more research on it. Long term of Trump, but I know his short term problem, and I know from what the numbers have been coming back of border crossings has been monumentally lower than anything in the Biden Harris campaign.
Yeah, I couldn't care less. I literally couldn't care less. Unless there's a long-term solution. Why? Because undocumented migrants coming into our
You don't want
country.
to see.
No,
Yes,
I don't. I seriously, I don't. I don't want to see that. And the reason I don't want to see that is because undocumented migration into our country as it stands now only serves to help America, adds to our GDP, gives the government more revenue, increases average qualities of life.
I have a question.
I do agree
Why?
that we
Why
need,
does it
I'm
help?
still speaking. Wait, why does it help America? I just told you.
Undocumented migrants? Why do they help America? In what ways? I would like to know like specific examples.
I did give
Because
you specific
I
examples.
can't think of any.
I just gave them to you.
What the hell just happened to my camera? What the fuck?
So listen, I'll slow down and I'll repeat them. Undocumented migrants pay $100 billion in federal, state, and local taxes annually, and then migrants as a whole are projected to add $1.7 trillion.
I don't have any problem with migrants. I don't have any problem with migrants. No problem with migrants. I just want to make that a point. I'm not a racist. Don't have any problems with migrants. Illegal is the only thing.
Dude, you asked me a question that I already answered. I start to answer your question, then you interrupt me to say something else.
I'm just reading the comments right now, and it's just not a
all
racist.
right, well, just because you're reading the comments, I'm
Putting
going
the
to
statement out
back
there.
down to the comments. So everyone, just give us a minute. I do appreciate you so much for the.
Dude, my
Galaxy.
stream on YouTube just went black, and it's not even my camera's off.
Check OBS. Check OBS. Check OBS.
It
Hello, Ella,
it randomly cut off, and it's not showing up on OBS anymore. There we go. It just what the fuck just happened?
I'm glad that it's working again.
What the hell?
All right, we're going to go to get the next guest up in the live literally right now. Lori, thank you so much for the $25 donation over on Venmo. Let's get at least 250 big W's for Lori. Lori says, keep fighting the good fight. Facts will always be greater than hate. I appreciate you and what you guys have done. Dude, thank you so much, Lori. You are a blessing. Thank you, Lori. And then also Sabrina with the $25 on PayPal saying, thank you so much for doing this job and educating the uneducated. You are amazing. Thank you, Sabrina and Lori. Everyone, please show some love to Sabrina and Lori while we get our next guest out of the box. Make sure if you are in that queue that you voted for Trump, keep in mind that we are just looking for debates. What is going on, Lola? Did you vote for Trump?
Hi. Yes, I did vote for Trump. I just wanted to say, like, the way you guys debate is really insane, and I'm not a good debater. So, go a little easy on me, please. Like, I'm not. You guys kind of make me nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
I will happily, try to engage in a good, productive, fruitful conversation with you. First, Meaty, did you vote for Trump?
Yep.
All right, awesome. So we got two people up here. We'll start with Lola. Lola, why did you vote for Trump?
Hi. So I just want to preface this that my whole life I've been really liberal. I'm really just an easygoing person. I think everyone should be able to live life how they want as long as you're not harming anyone or harming children. I think you should have the freedom to live. But I'm sorry. You're making faces. Did I say something wrong? I'm sorry.
Can I ask you a question? Would you vote for a candidate that they would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I did not hear you. I apologize.
Would you vote for a candidate that said, as a 50-year-old man, that they would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years?
No, that sounds.
Well, Donald Trump went up to a 10-year-old girl and said that he would date her in 10 years. How do you feel about that?
That is absolutely disgusting, and I would never defend anyone who would say that. But basically, the only reason I voted for him is because I am.
Okay. I can't hear you right now. Kira, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Seems like we're not getting a response from them. Seems like they've cut out completely. Nav, thank you for the $5. Thank you. And Kyle, thank you for the $1.
Hear me?
Kasha, thank you for the $5. Yes, we do hear you.
Oh, were you not able to hear me before?
No,
I do
we
apologize.
weren't.
I'm not trying to waste your time. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, you know what? I had a thing of notes that I wanted to discuss. Like I said, I'm not a good debater. I can't go out of the lie without having notes. So I'm kind of you know what I mean? I had notes to say my opinion. I'm not able to access those notes while getting out, and you guys can't hear me. So I'll just leave. I do apologize for wasting your time.
Okay. All right. Meaty, do you want to give a reason why you voted for Donald Trump?
Yeah, it's a little more unorthodox, but I think I'm more left in the Democratic Party, and I thought they're
Horseshoe theory.
completely hypocritical, and I would rather see the Republicans do what they say they believe and fail than.
Okay.
Wait, so you don't think Trump is hypocritical?
I think the Republican Party has terrible ideas, but I think they actually believe their values. I think the Democrats use left.
You think Donald Trump actually believes in what he says?
Yeah, I think he wants power, and he fully believes that.
Okay. Does he actually believe that they're turning mice trans?
I honestly think he might, but the bigger picture there is that
he might. So now it's not he is, it's he might.
Well, I don't care about the little culture war issues of are mice trans. I'm talking about the big picture that he believes that billionaires should become wealthier and more powerful, and he's going to make policies that do that. Democrats say they don't, and also make policies.
He's going to lower prices.
Hey,
no, he's going to make billionaires richer.
That's what he said. He's going to lower prices. Go ahead.
Hey, just real quick. Do you know what horseshoe theory is, Meaty?
Is that like the game where you throw horseshoes?
No. So horseshoe theory, as would apply to politics, is a very interesting phenomena that we start seeing more more similarities between the right and the left. The further to the right you get, and the further to the left you get. And now, this is not always true. This is not a generalization which is 100% accurate, but it is true in this circumstance, okay? You have literally gone so far to the left that you've swung right back over to the right. And here's my gripe. There is a lot of hypocrisy you could point out in the Democratic Party, and I will agree with it. Like, for instance, hypocrisy of caring about humanitarian issues, then supporting Israel. Hypocrisy of caring for low-income Americans, but then maybe in one sense, one way or another, not doing enough for low-income Americans. I bet a lot of socialists might say this. I myself am not a socialist, though. But the problem is you should always vote for what will yield the most positive progression towards your eudaimonic goals. All right? And
why is that a definitive statement? You should always vote this way. That's just an opinion that you should always vote this way. When in reality, there's a lot of different outcomes that could happen. You put in position of power a party who says, we believe these things, and you watch them implement those things, and you watch them fail. And maybe a result of that is people who believe those things
go
see
further to the left, of course.
Yes,
so
of course.
I understand what you're saying. I've heard this a couple times. Does this mean that you would have been in support of Hitler before the Holocaust because that radicalized a far left swing in Germany?
Me personally, I wouldn't say I would be, no.
Precisely. Why? Because you giving a protest vote to Hitler would have caused a lot of harm. And that harm cannot be forgone, even if it causes a far left radicalization. And that's exactly what I would say about a protest vote for Trump. I won't lie. One silver lining to Trump's presidency, I definitely think we will see a shift further left in the midterms in the next presidential elections. But I do not think that 2.1 million Palestinians being ethnically cleansed is worth it. I do not think 60 great victims a day continuing to be denied access to abortion is worth it. I don't think that 66 million women and girls losing their right to access abortion is worth it. I don't think every American making under $400,000 per year having their dollar not go as far is fucking worth it. I love pushing America and the world as a whole further to the left, but not at the expense of human rights and foregoing the ability to buy the bare necessities to live for struggling families.
I mean, some of those points, I mean, I'm not in complete disagreement with you, I'll be honest, but some of those points, they're just debate talking points. They don't look at the real way that government and our government with a state federal system works. I mean, when you talk about people getting denied abortion care. I am 100% pro-abortion. However, the way that the Democratic Party is twisting that as a coercive tool is problematic, because at the end of the day, abortion was just handed back to the states. So putting a president...
you are not pro-choice. Shut up.
No, putting a president in,
no,
that is not
such a ridiculous statement. No, I think it's a ridiculous statement for you to parade like you're pro-choice, but then you're totally okay with like the right to get access to abortion being discriminated against on the basis of the states. Right? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, just
Trump does not have the power to change abortion policy as it stands right now.
He did. He put people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade. For you to not acknowledge that is totally disingenuous.
That would be any Republican. That's not Trump specifically. They would have put those judges there too.
Okay. So then is it not...
maybe that's why we shouldn't vote for any Republican.
You shouldn't vote for any Republican. You're the one that literally let the Republicans win by saying that you support him over Kamala Harris because you didn't like that Kamala Harris didn't go far to the left enough. I'm sorry to break it to you. Donald Trump is to the right of Kamala Harris on practically every issue. So I don't know what you're arguing.
Yeah, no, for real. That's just like, that is like the most simplistic way to look at it. If you're going to protest against a candidate because they're not further left enough, but the other candidate is even further to the right, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh my God, my camera just shut off.
I mean, this is why the left... a difficult position where they need to either support something that goes against what they view as morally right for the, these intellectual discussions of, well, you need to support what is maybe in the short term right now going to protect some, some measures. Going through that difficult emotional battle that the failures of the Democratic Party force us into over and over again, and then turning that around and saying, well, if you can't fall on the side that I want you to fall on there, you're a fucking idiot. That's what turns people away.
So you're saying like I hurt your feelings, so it makes you.
No, you didn't hurt my feelings.
That's not ideological. I'm sorry if you.
I'm not saying you hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry if you are moved not because of the ideology or the policies that they were advocating for, and instead you're moved particularly about how Dean Withers treated you in a TikTok debate. Yeah, you probably are stupid. Is that really that crazy for me to say to you? Is it hard? I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude. I don't mean to be like this guy that's on the TikTok live telling you this, but it's true. If you are moved by that, if you're not moved by any of the ideological claims, the policies, or anything else, it's probably fucking true.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Withers didn't hurt my feelings. I'm talking about
then debate. Give us a policy. Give us a reason why you think Donald Trump is better. If you can't do that, well, then you voted based on vibes and feelings, and you just left the live because you realized that you were wrong.
Holy shit. Oh my God, Stephanie! Holy crap! Stephanie with $185 donation over on Venmo. Holy crap, Stephanie. I want to see at least, at minimum, 2,000 W Stephanies in all of the live chats. That is insane. That is actually unfucking real. Thank you so much for the love, Stephanie. Everybody, please show some love to Stephanie. That is so incredibly kind of you. I have no words. And honestly, I always have no words for just like the insane level of kindness and generosity of you guys. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Everybody, please, 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 please show some love to Stephanie in the chat. Also, yeah, Parker, I saw your message. When do you want to go do that?
Probably here pretty soon. Maybe one more guest.
Okay. Well, yeah, guys, huge shout out to Stephanie. Huge shout out to Stephanie.
Or I'll do it right now. How long do you plan to be on?
I'm going to be on for precisely another hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Okay, that has you until 6 my time.
Bro,
I'll
there's
probably
just
be
so
on
many...
another hour and a half after that.
There's a lot of people in here, so make your judgment, but it's completely up to you.
Yeah.
But this shit is pumping.
Pumping.
Wow. Do you want to stay at least for Chad?
Yeah, I'll stay for Chad.
Okay, what's up, Chad? Did you vote for Trump?
I accidentally punched in on accident.
No worries.
I'll stay for whatever the next guest is.
Okay. All right, hey, for the 9.6 thousand people in here, you guys, we are at 3.3 million likes.
Dark and gothic MAGA.
Sound just like Elon. If you guys all want to start double tapping on that phone screen, we could be up to 4 million likes in literally no time. Quite frankly. And yeah, we're gonna go to move on to the next guest, and Cecilia with a $2 super chat. All right, once again, you guys, if you want to support me, if you want to support the stream, I Venmo and the PayPal on the top of the phone screen right now, and also in the link tree in the bio. I get 100% of the proceeds on those platforms. You get a shout out. I get to read off your name and attach a message as well as the amount. And we appreciate you guys so much for the love. It keeps the studio alive with the lights on, so we can continue to provide this high quality content to you guys for 4 hours a day, and I can make it the sole focus of my life and not have to worry about another job to pay the bills. So I do appreciate you guys for the kindness. What is going on, Kaylee? Did you vote for Trump? All right, Kaylee is not here, so we are going to go to get the next guest up in here. Jack with the $10 donation over on Venmo saying Dean and Parker versus Kirk and Shapiro. Make it happen. I fucking wish we could make that happen. I would love to. I would love to do that, quite frankly. But yeah, we're going to move on to the next guest literally right now. What is going on, user? Did you vote for Trump? User, hello? All right, user's not here, so we're going to move on, everybody. Parker, if you want to help me get a guest up here, that'd be phenomenal. And yeah, we got Dawes loading up. Here we go, you guys. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, drop a sub, drop a like. You know how to do it. You know what's up. You know what's good, quite frankly. All right, you guys, here we go. We got John loading up in the box. What is up, Tyler? Did you vote for Trump?
Huh?
They picked you. John, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Nice. Why did you decide to make such a
Democrat?
I'm so sorry, John. You're gonna have to start from the top because AJ was quite loud.
AJ, keep it down, please.
You tell him, John. You tell him.
All right, listen, back in 2007, I was a Democrat, and it kind of weeded off from there. I didn't like their policies, didn't like what they stood for. And then here comes Biden for 4 years. Destroyed this country for 4 years.
Okay, what did Joe Biden do to destroy this country?
Listen, never mind that, but he did more sleeping at the beach than he knew what to do.
What did he do to destroy this country?
He opened up the borders.
Number one. Okay.
Drugs are pouring in. I mean, they were.
Don't say that! Don't say that, John!
No, John!
Listen.
John, no, listen to me. John, I want you to do something for me. So the word you just said is banned on TikTok, but I really want to talk to you.
That's
if
all right.
I kick you from this live to kind of reset that ban, will you get right back in the guest requests?
Yeah, I'll get right back. If they're not going to ban me. They know me well.
Get back in those guest requests, John, because we want to talk to you so bad that we are just going to try out a little hack.
So bad. Incredibly not bad. Okay, don't worry. Everyone on YouTube, to make sure to like this stream. Let's try to get to 1,000 likes. Everyone, I really would appreciate it, everyone.
Yeah. Just the DRU fill in the blank word. TikTok hates it. TikTok literally restricts upon the usage of that word or any name of a DRUG thingy. So very, very tough. It is crazy. It's insane. It's actually nuts. And I don't see John getting back in the queue. I'm so sad. John, if you could hear my very beautiful voice right now, please hop back in that queue, okay? What is going on, AJ? Did you vote for Trump? AJ!
Hello?
Age, please.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 23.
Nice. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
AJ, come on, no. Why?
Give me 1 second. Let me get to my truck because I'm actually working outside, so I need to get some privacy.
You get that privacy. Don't want any of your coworkers to hear this one. That's right.
Well, I actually work by myself for myself, so it's more just clients, reasoning,
Nice.
stuff like that.
Yep.
Nice. How far are you from your truck?
I'm actually in my truck right now.
Beautiful. Why'd you vote for Trump?
So basically, I voted for Trump for a few different reasons. But first, I want to say that I'm actually not right-swinging. I'm more left-swinging or independent, I guess.
Oh, by the way, AJ, you cannot drive while you're on TikTok right
No, I'm. Oh shit. Okay, no, I'm not driving.
Perfect.
We're good on that. But I'm more.
Couple
of
bumps
like
in the road, but we got here.
I'm more of like an independent. I guess the reason. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I've been.
Oh no. Oh no. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
This is like my live yesterday.
Okay, AJ, turn off the Bluetooth on your phone. It connected to your truck's audio. Perfect. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, you guys. We're gonna get there. Trust the process for the there. Oh, we got there. AJ, mic is yours.
Can y'all hear me?
We sure can. Mike's yours. Why did you vote for Trump?
They just paused again. Okay, you know what? I'll be right back.
AJ, if you can't see me, nobody could hear you. I have some trust in this process. We just got to make it work. We really got to try. Leah, thank you so much for the $15 donation over on PayPal. And Sierra with the $25 donation on PayPal. Everyone show some love to Leah and Sierra, as well as Gracie with a 5 and Jack with the 10 over on Venmo. Then a Clarissa, we got there, and Chris with a 5 on Venmo as well. All right, AJ, why'd you do it? Why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
All right, Dean. So basically the reason why I voted for Donald Trump is mainly because of immigration. I actually live in West Texas right now, and I have my whole life. And basically my whole family works in the oil field business, and they see a lot of illegals coming over to this country, and meanwhile they are hiring these illegals because they are not racist. Nobody that they work for is racist. But these illegals have been causing a lot of accidents on the road, and specifically with the oil field industry, and no one has made moves to stop that. And
so first and foremost, AJ,
but that's not the only reason. But we can just start with that.
I think that we need to recognize that undocumented migrants are human, and when you refer to them as these illegals, it kind of reminds me of a fumigator talking about roaches. Okay, so let's try to recognize the value and dignity in human life and call people. Now, moving on here, you're saying that there's a lot of accidents on the roads caused by undocumented migrants.
That's one thing.
I'm not sure of the proportionate rate of crashes caused by undocumented drivers compared to citizen drivers. I'm willing to believe without any evidence that undocumented drivers are more likely to get into car accidents than drivers that are citizens, because undocumented drivers don't have a driver's license, which means they didn't have to do the test,
most of the
time, classes, etc., etc.
Not all the time, but most of the time.
So assuming that's true, which I don't mind assuming, there's another way to fix it. Another way to fix it is to offer undocumented migrants a pathway to quick residency or citizenship so they can get a license.
Sure, and that is one way that is actually being used currently, but how many of these people are actually going to go and do that?
Well, the same rate or proportion of individuals that actually go and do that as citizens. Why would we have any reason to believe that a larger portion of undocumented migrants that are now new citizens or residents are less likely than citizens to get a driver's license prior to driving? You wouldn't be able to give me any evidence for that.
No, there isn't any evidence for that. But basically my point in saying that is that, like, people like me who are citizen, we are accustomed to a way of driving in the U.S. And not everybody is accustomed to that because of where they live, because of the environment, because of whatever. So that's the main point that I'm trying to make, is that
Well, isn't this also an argument against any and all legal migration? Like, all of a sudden, we shouldn't let people migrate from the UK because they'll start driving on the wrong side of the road?
yes, I think I think that
So no more UK migrants at all.
Do what?
So we shouldn't let any legal migrants from Europe into America.
No, that's not true. That's
But
not.
they're going to start driving on the wrong side of the road. They're not accustomed to our driving practices.
Okay, you're getting what I'm saying wrong. I think that just because they're not accustomed to the driving, the way that we drive here, I don't think that that's a reason to not let them here. I think that it needs to support,
exactly. That is not a reason to not naturalize
it's not,
all
and
undocumented migrants.
It's not. And remember, Dean, I am an independent, so I agree with you most of the time. I've been watching this live for about 3 hours now. Okay? So what I'm basically trying to say is that it needs to be more regulated. Just like how you said that the border control needs to be more regulated, and how you said Kamala was making moves to do that. But my thing is, why didn't they do that in the presidency for 4 years that they were in office?
Okay, so Biden and Harris tried to pass a bipartisan border bill to expedite the legal processes of migration, which is the only thing our government can do to reduce undocumented migration in the long term. Trump told the Republicans to vote against it because Trump didn't want them to take the win. Let me ask you a question. You and me are family members. It's Thanksgiving. We're sitting around the dinner table. There's no turkey in sight. You say, Dean, go to City Market and get a turkey for us to eat for dinner. I do that. I get the turkey from the store, but on my way home, I'm T-boned by a drunk driver, and I never get that turkey on the table. Whose fault is it that I was never able to provide a turkey for the dinner table? Was it my fault, or was it the drunk driver's fault?
It was the drunk driver's fault.
Precisely, and here's the relation. The American people are pissed. There's so many undocumented migrants coming into our country. Our legal systems of migration are so fucking bad. They are demanding that the administration do something about it. Biden and Harris are like, hold my beer. Here's the first piece of bipartisan border legislation in modern American history to expedite the legal processes of asylum. But that drunk driver comes along, and the drunk driver, Donald Trump, is like, well, I don't want them to do that because that will make them look better than I do. So I'm going to tell the Republicans to vote against it out of pure spite and political vindication. Whose fault is it that they never implemented that bill?
Sure. I think that in this case, it would be Trump's fault. And I can't disagree with you on that. But I do think that there's so many issues. And mind you, yes, I am mostly left-wing independent, okay? But I think that there's a lot of things that I look at it from a psychological perspective. And I think that most of the people you have on this live are looking at it from the basis of what they learned from their peers, from their family members. So how do you suggest convincing someone's mind of these different issues? Because we know we can't convince you any differently,
well,
right?
AJ, was I not able to convince you of what I believe in insofar as what needs to happen for the border and how Biden and Harris tried to do it in less than 5 minutes through open discussion?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that all sounds great, and I would love for that to happen.
Well, but didn't it literally just happen to you?
Yes, it did. But this is my point I'm trying to make, though. So many people are unwilling to step down from their beliefs because they don't want to be wrong. Just like Donald Trump. Just like I'm sure Kamala Harris has done things that you probably don't agree with either. Am I right?
Yes. However, the issue of how do I convince every American to not support Trump is one I don't think I have an answer to today. But I do have an answer to anything that you think makes Trump a better presidential candidate than Kamala Harris. And that's why I'm alive.
Sure. I do also support people's rights to believe however they want to believe. And I don't think that setting it back to the states to decide on abortion rights, I don't think that that's right.
But that is, if you are pro-choice, if you don't think that's right, you recognize that as a human rights violation of 66 million American women and girls today. What travesty has Kamala Harris ushered into America to the mere size and scale of 66 million human rights violations as Trump has by overturning Roe v. Wade?
Well, here's the thing, Dean. I'm torn, but in my own personal beliefs with abortion rights, and this has nothing to do with other people. Okay, I want everybody the chance to decide, but really the root of the issue is, why is abortion wrong, or why is it not wrong?
No, wait, no. It's not about whether or not it's wrong. It's about whether or not it should be illegal, right?
Right. Whatever.
Okay, so
I mean,
then if
that's
you
the basis
so
of making it
do
illegal
you
or
think
not.
it should be illegal?
Do I think abortion should be illegal? No, sir.
Okay, well then you don't think that it should be discriminated against based upon the states.
Right. I don't think that it should be illegal. I don't think it should be discriminated against.
Okay, if you don't think it should be illegal, if you don't think it should be, if people should be able to be discriminated against from getting access to it based upon the states, well then why are you arguing that, like, Dean, what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Then why are you arguing for Donald Trump, who actively undermined women's access to abortion depending on the state that they're in?
Because I think what he was trying to do from a psychological perspective is get it out for people to decide for themselves, because it's such a new thing that it's still being debated. People are having such a hard time trying to decide which is right and what they should do. And I think
people have been having abortion debates since like 500 BC. 4000 BC. I misspoke.
Right, but in the basis of being in America, and now people are like, oh, they have different beliefs on it, on how abortion could be wrong. Because there were doctors who were saying
what's going on? So I have a question. What are we debating right now?
Abortion.
Okay, so you think abortion's wrong, right?
No.
So we're not debating abortion because we don't disagree.
So if it's not wrong, then why are you arguing this?
Yeah, I don't even know what she's arguing, not gonna lie. Oh, are you arguing that it should be left up to the states because it's a very contentious issue?
Yes, and that
I
is
have a question. How
literally the
contentious
only
was the
reason.
issue? How contentious was the issue of slavery pre-Civil War? A lot of people agreed. A lot of people disagreed. Should that been left up to the states too?
Yeah, they did, and I don't think that was right.
Oh, wait, do you think it should not have been left up to the states,
No,
right?
it should. No, it shouldn't have.
Okay, to clarify.
No.
Okay, to clarify. Again, that contradicts the prior position that you said, that just because something is controversial at that particular time means that it should be left up to the states. Now that you agree that human rights should be protected federally, why don't you think human rights should be protected federally when discussing women's access to abortion?
Because in my own personal opinion, there's way too many abortions happening right now that cannot be
too many implies that you think
case-to-case.
too many implies that you think that they should not have occurred, indicating that you think
Hold
that
on.
they're wrong.
Hold on. I'm saying that there should be a case-to-case basis. It should be regulated. That's my stance.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your limits on abortion? What kind of abortions do you think should not be allowed?
Let's see.
Boom.
In the case of, I'm trying to answer from what you're asking, but
I'm just asking you what abortions you think should be restricted. You're like, oh, there should be regulations. Okay, on what? What are these regulations doing? What women are these regulations preventing?
Rape, incest, and
life of the mother. But if there is a woman and a man
life
engaged
of
in
the
intercourse
mother
with consent that aren't related, and the woman understands that that could lead to pregnancy, and it does, and she gets an abortion, you think that's wrong, right?
If you're not using any other form of control to control that from happening, yes.
Perfect. I have a question. Are you pro-life because you value the life of the fetus?
Yeah, isn't that human rights?
What's the difference between the life of a fetus that's conceived without a condom and one that is? Nothing.
No, there's
the
no
only
difference.
is the mental states, attitudes, and preparations taken by the parents of the fetus, meaning that you think a fetus with responsible parents deserves to lose their right to life and can fucking die through an abortion, limbs ripped off. But if they're irresponsible, all of a sudden it matters just as much as you or I. What this tells me is that no, you're not pro-life because you care about the life of the fetus. You're pro-life because you care about controlling women that are doing things that you think are irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
That is totally true.
Well, you can't tell me the difference between the life of a fetus conceived with or without a condom, but apparently one deserves to be lipped limb from limb, and the other deserves to be looked at with the same esteem that you view me with.
Okay,
It makes
sure.
no sense.
Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. And this is one of the things, hold on, this is one of the things that I'm battling with in my own brain. That I have no idea. I have no idea how I believe on these case-to-case basis. But I do know that we all start at that fetus embryo stage. And I am an abortion survivor, and if I wasn't here today, I wouldn't be able to debate with you right now.
Yeah, if my mom revoked consent from engaging in intercourse with my dad on the night I was conceived, would I be here today?
No.
Exactly.
So should we criminalize women revoking access to engage in intercourse with men?
No, I think that anyone should be able to do anything that they want, but also take into consideration the outcome of what you do. If you're going to go, for instance,
Hold on. Wait, AJ. I want you to foresee the outcome for 1 second. The embryo is not sentient. There is no harm or well-being that could take place to that being because it doesn't have a state of well-being. The sentient woman does have a state of well-being, aspirations, goals, experiences that she goes through. Why do you care more about the lack of harm attributed to the zygote and embryo than you care about the actual harm taking place, impacting the sentient woman going through an experience?
I care about both of these things.
Okay, why do you care about a non-sentient embryo that is not going through an experience and has no well-being or state of harm, right, comparative to a woman in which does have a well-being, a state of harm, aspirations, goals, and an experience that you are going to negatively impact by limiting their ability to have bodily autonomy or access to determine what is going to happen with their own body?
I do care about the woman, and I also care about the embryo, and I'm seeing things from a very large perspective. If you're looking at it from my point of view, the embryo at one point is going to become someone who is speaking, talking, and having the same experiences. And that is going to basically foresee the future of humanity, of us. We can't have this or anything in the future if we don't have these embryos. If we're killing millions and millions of babies a year with no cause, and people can lie all the time. So this is basis off
You're
of the motion.
essentially arguing we should have contraceptives because it reduces the amount of people that will exist in the future. Right? What? You're arguing people shouldn't pull out because it reduces the amount of kids that will exist in the future. You're arguing that people should have sex like multiple times a day to increase the likelihood of having kids. Right? You think it's wrong to be asexual because you're not producing as many kids as you possibly could be otherwise?
No. But there's a difference though, because one case you're not including an embryo. And in the other case, you're including the embryo, and you have to decide what you're going to do with that such embryo.
I think this is probably the worst fucking way to grow the American society ever proposed by any human that's ever lived at any point ever. Because all of the additional yield of new humans that wouldn't have been born if they were aborted are unwanted. Every single one of them have parents that are not ready to have them. What do you think that's going to do for average quality of life? What do you think that's going to do for average socioeconomic well-being for these children? You're saying that we should fucking make our country bigger by forcing a bunch of unwanted humans into the country. Isn't this like the most wait. Let me frame it this way. I can make this into the most far left communist talking point known to mankind that you will think is a fucking hate crime against the Republican Party. Imagine if I said, well, our population is shrinking. We are going to force migration into this country right now. Your house has an extra 2 bedrooms. I'm going to send 5 migrants and they will be at your door tomorrow morning for you to take care of. We will force at least 20 million migrants from other places to be in America for you to take care of right fucking now because our population is shrinking. See how insane that is?
Yes, no, that's extreme. But I have a question.
But
for
it's
you.
the same. It's unironically the same thing because think about it. All of these humans would be in America because you're criminalizing abortion to grow like the amount of people in America are all unwanted. Every single one of them was not wanted because if they were not wanted and abortion was legal, they wouldn't have been born.
Okay, so I have a question. Dean. So in the case of, let's say that you are ready to have kids. I don't know what basis of like, whatever, but hypothetically, let's say that you're ready to have kids. You have kids. And then let's say whoever you had kids with left you with nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. So in that case, that woman or man, whoever has the kids, has nothing to economically, no money, nothing to support her or her kids. What should she do with those kids then? If those kids are now unwanted because she cannot take care of them, she cannot feed them.
Put them in the adoption or foster care systems because the lives of the children are morally valuable and they deserve to be looked after. And if she cannot look after the lives of her children herself, she should probably give the children to an adoption or foster care system.
Right.
AJ, you're talking about once they're sentient. You're talking about once they're sentient. We care about it when it has a first-person subjective experience. Prior to having a first-person subjective experience, we don't give a shit.
Okay, yeah, you care about it whenever they're old enough and willing enough and breathing and look like you, and those are the basis.
I didn't say any of those characteristics. I said specifically a first-person subjective experience. First-person subjective experience.
Yeah.
So basically, when they pop out of the womb.
No. Is your brain functioning properly, AJ?
Well, how about we just explain it? So
no, it's functioning perfectly fine. Thank you.
Maybe this is language that a lot of people don't know. So I get it. So think like consciousness, the ability to actualize the world around you and observe it from a subjective point of perspective, conscious experience. That's what we value, and that is only present at about 20 weeks. Side question here: you said that you're an abortion survivor.
Yes. Right? 100%.
So am I a pull-out survivor since my dad could have pulled out? Or he tried to pull out, but he failed at the last second?
I would say so, yes. I would say so. You are a pull-out
survivor. I'm a pull-out survivor, chat. I'm a pull-out survivor. Also, just last question here. How the fuck do you survive an abortion?
Well, see, my mom walked into
not all abortions can end up being lethal.
But it wasn't on the cases. It wasn't on the case of this. It was, and it maybe that sounded extreme or was misleading. I didn't mean it to be misleading. But she did walk into a clinic. She sat down on the table to be evaluated or whatever, and she was about to go through with it, and she didn't.
That's not an abortion survivor. Okay.
No.
By definition, it's not because because the procedure never took place. The procedure never took place.
So what would you call that then? A change of heart, or
someone just had a change of heart. You didn't survive an abortion. The abortion never took place.
I'm adopted too, and that can happen.
This is literally like pro-life propaganda, and it's pretty effective because I've questioned this propaganda a couple times myself. Right now, my grandparents are raising a kid. He's 8, and the only reason he's alive was because his biological mother was too HIGH to show up for her abortion appointment. It's a very sad story, very personal story. But
it sounds like an amazing story.
I've shared like a little bit of it, to kind of, share what I want to. And anyways, now I love this little boy with every inch of my heart. Okay, I love this little boy with everything I have in me. I honestly didn't really want to. Have kids for a long time. But after, growing up with this little boy and taking care of him, now I want to have children just because of him, okay? Right? And I understand the angle that you're taking here of saying, if she went through with that abortion, he wouldn't be here today. And that is the most effective pro-life propaganda known to mankind. And I'd say at this point, you literally just have to trust where the logic takes you. Here's the way that I counteract this rhetoric. If my dad pulled out, I wouldn't be here. If my mom revoked consent, I wouldn't be here. If my mom had an IUD, I wouldn't be here. If my mom had birth control pills, I wouldn't be here.
If they had sex,
my dad never broke up with his first girlfriend, I wouldn't be here.
If they had sex 10 seconds later, he wouldn't be here.
There is an infinite set of possible circumstances that would yield the conclusion that I would not be here, similar to how that near abortion almost yielded the consequence that he wouldn't be here. So I think we just have to trust the logic and, treat those things as being logically identical to one another in this relevant sense. But I don't condemn an IUD. I don't condemn birth control and I don't condemn condoms for that reason. So why should I condemn abortions?
Well, I think that that's a little past the point. You know, conception happens past the point of using condoms, past the point of contraception.
Yeah, you're right. There's differences, but the differences don't matter because regardless of the differences, the end result is still that I wouldn't be here. Like, sure, if my dad were to have pulled out, I never would have been conceived in the first place. Okay, and I wouldn't be here because I was never conceived in the first place. For the same reason, if I was aborted, I wouldn't be here because I was conceived and killed.
Right. But is it so wrong to be pro-life in that stance? If I'm
AJ, can I give you an example? Do you think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that's brain dead?
No, if they gave me consent to.
Wait. Okay, if there are no determinations, would you leave it up to the family to make that determination?
That's really hard. And no, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Me personally, I don't think I would.
Do you think that someone should go to prison if they do that?
I don't know, because that's the thing. It's like, is that basically, you know, slur slide, or is that you know, just because you wanted to murder?
Brain dead and the family pulls the plug on the individual in their family that's brain dead.
I don't know. That's hard.
That murder?
No, I don't.
No, if that's not murder, there's still cellular life. They still have cellular life. They still have a heartbeat. Why isn't it murder?
Probably because they're at the end of their ropes. There's no other
end
choice.
Of what? They're still living. They're still cellularly alive. They're not at the end of their cellular life unless you pulled the plug.
That's right. So me personally, I don't think I would be able to do that.
No, but I think someone should go to jail for doing that because you think it's murder.
I can't answer that. I really honestly I don't.
Obviously, let me just clarify for this to you. It's obviously not murder, and the reason why it's not murder is because they are not sentient anymore. They do not have a first-person subjective experience. They don't meet the set of criteria of past or present and future subjective experience. That's why. Okay. So in the same way that you don't care at the end, right after, you shouldn't care prior.
Sure.
And it doesn't exist yet. You're just preventing from that set of conditions in which is valuable from existing in the very first place, which I have no issue with.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I agree with that. But I do, since you said that, it brings to my attention a point. So if they're non-sentient when they're a fetus or whatever, should we still intervene with natural ways of life? You know, I mean,
I'm confused.
Because if this was, do you believe that all things happen for a reason? Or do you think that's just some bullshit?
No, not from a purposeful reason sort of thing.
Okay.
There could be an explanation for almost everything that occurs, but I wouldn't even accept the idea that there's an explanation for every set of phenomena.
Okay.
There can be things called brute facts, but that's a whole totally fucking separate philosophical debate.
Well, I'm just coming at it from, I guess, my point of view of being like, well, I don't know if I would feel comfortable to intervene with what has already happened, and kind of playing God's role, I guess. Even if you don't believe in God, you know, why is it my place to make something happen? Just like if someone was on life support, you know, taking them off life support, they're naturally going to die.
Yeah, and that's murder because it is the case that they're still sentient. Right? They still meet the criteria of past or present and future subjective experience.
Right, but is it murder, though, if they're just going to die on their own? You are not actually murdering them if, in fact, the only thing keeping them alive is the life support. Without the life support,
really. So to clarify, my dad is still alive today. He's still breathing. He's still sentient, right? Sure. There was a point where he almost died because of COVID, and it is the case that he was relying on the life support of the machines. If someone came up to his machine, unplugged him, and he died, would that be murder?
Yes, that would be murder.
Yes, obviously that's murder. But he relied on the machine to stay alive. See how that's
right,
because he's past or present and future subjective. Listen, past or present and future subjective experience. Even if one of my family members did that, that still would have been murder.
Sure, Yeah, it probably would have been worse if one of your
Caleb,
family.
think of $2. Okay, so can you acknowledge that it's because, again, past or present and future subjective experience? Now, prior to the point of subjective experience, it doesn't meet that set of criteria. So why would you consider it valuable? You're just preventing that set of valuable criteria from existing in the very first place, which, again, we have no issue with because we don't have an issue with pulling out. We don't have an issue with people, right, revoking consent, right, for sex. We don't have an issue with all of these things, right? We think
Sure.
people should be able to do those things.
Okay. So then I guess it would just be based off of morality at that point, because why are you pulling the plug?
What? I'm confused. Obviously, we're talking about morality here.
Right.
So yeah,
So-
why are you pulling the plug? Because you know that they're brain dead.
Right, right.
I
But
wanna
my
thank a
point is
couple
there's a
people here
difference.
real quick.
But there's a difference between. Sorry, Dean.
I'd just like to thank Shannon for the $5 donation on Venmo. Shannon, I love you. Thank you so much for the love. As well as Thomas, thank you for the $20 donation on Venmo. Everybody, please show some love to Thomas. That's very kind. You're always watching. You're always hanging out. Huge shout out to Thomas. Then Gracie with the $5, and then Jack with the 10. Thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure being able to provide this stream to you guys. We've been having fun here today. As well as Leah, thank you for the $15 donation over on PayPal. Huge shout out to Leah. Leah says support what you're doing and thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you for the support as it allows me to do all the work that I do. Thank you, Leah. Seriously. As well as Sierra with the $25 over on PayPal. Thank you guys. If you're watching and you want to support me, support this stream, you could find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio, where I'll be able to shout you out, read out your name in an attached message. As well as we got Super Chat over on YouTube for everybody that wants to support that does not have Venmo or PayPal. Didn't mean to interrupt y'all's conversation. Feel free to take it away.
No,
I'm not really seeing
you're
this
good.
progress anywhere. If you guys want to catch me up, get me back into the loop.
Well, I do have a question. So, which I honestly don't remember what I was going to say at this point. It'll come back to me.
And Alyssa, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Clarissa. Thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. As well as Jessica, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely message, of course.
Oh,
Oscar, thank you so much for the $11 and the 11 cents on Venmo. And Michelle with the, Michael with the 10. Everybody shout out to Michael and Oscar, guys. Thank you, Michael and Oscar. Then also, holy crap, Aiden with a $50 donation on PayPal. Aiden, my man, thank you so much for the love. Everyone show some love to Aiden. Holy crap. Huge shout out to Aiden. What is up, Max Z? Did you vote for Trump?
Real quick, I just want to make a quick point before I go. I just want to say,
you don't want to debate.
if you what's up?
You don't want to debate about why you voted for Trump?
Oh no, I didn't vote for Trump.
Well, based. Fortunately, we're just looking for people that did. Good on you, though, man. Good on you. We're going to get that next guest up in your park. Are you going to stay here or start your own?
You said you're going to be on for another hour?
Yep, precisely 58 minutes.
All right, might as well.
Base. Let's fucking go. Everybody, Parker was considering starting his own live for a little bit, but he's been
I'll do
convinced
it
to
for like
stay
an
on
hour.
his W.
It's like an hour and 30 minutes after this, so I'll go on my own live for then.
Let's fucking go. LFG, the Peen Team Dream Team stays alive. What is going on, Caitlin? Did you vote for Trump?
Oh my god, am I in this shit?
No, you're not in this shit. You're still watching.
Oh my god.
You're not in the live.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
wow.
You are in the live. Did you vote for
That's
Trump?
crazy, bro.
Did you vote for Trump, Caitlin?
A little bit, but I mean,
A little bit? Sorry. I just auto react kick. I'm sorry. Honeybee, hello. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not.
Based. What the hell? Let's go. Jesse, thank you for the $15 donation on Venmo to keep cooking. I'll never
W, Jesse.
put the pan down. Thank you. You know, actually, as soon as I end my live on here, I'm walking downstairs and cooking me and my girlfriend a very beautiful dinner. We have had 2 prime New York strip cuts, dry brining for the last 4 hours. And I'm going to have her pull them out of the fridge here in about 20 minutes to temp them for 40. And then I'm going to make the best steaks known to mankind. The best steaks known to mankind. What is up, Jane?
Hello?
You finally found your way to join the queue.
Yeah, I didn't know my account was on private.
It has been days, Jane, that I've seen you spamming that comment section saying you voted for Trump.
Dude, I was on the live for like 2.5 hours yesterday.
I know, spamming MAGA in the chat. No, we know you here. You're very,
So,
very
Jane,
popular.
why did you vote for Donald Trump?
So there's a lot of reasons. Okay, the first reason.
Wait, how old are you?
Is I'm 19.
What's your birth year?
2005.
Okay.
I trust Jane. Dude, when I tell you that she was spamming MAGA and that she voted for Trump in the chat for like 2.5 hours yesterday, I mean it. I'm willing.
Why didn't
to
you add
believe
her?
Because she couldn't join the
My
queue.
account was on private.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so my first reason
Dude, for
is
2.5 hours
he's
you
a
were spamming
Christian.
MAGA and you couldn't even join. That's rough, Jane. I'm so sorry. You're committed though. Go for it. Sorry, I apologize.
Very committed. Very committed.
Okay, so he's a Christian, which Kamala is not a Christian, and I don't think we should have someone that doesn't support that.
Do you think that
running.
someone is a Christian if they have never asked God for forgiveness?
Well, he never said that.
No, if Trump never asked God for forgiveness, would you agree that he's not Christian?
I think it depends.
Depends, really. Do you know what repenting is?
Yeah,
Can you tell me what that is?
it's when you ask. Yeah, it's when you ask for forgiveness.
Oh, it's a little bit more than that, but like it's a part of the process. Asking forgiveness is a part of the process of repentance. But if you want to reference that part of the process of repentance, right, it is a necessary condition of repentance. If you do not ask God for forgiveness, well, then you are not repenting. Therefore, if you require repentance in order to be a Christian, then he's not a Christian if he has never repented.
Why's my chair going down? There we go.
Okay, well, Kamala, when she was at the rally, she yelled at someone for being a Christian.
No, she didn't.
She did. There's
She is a Christian herself. She is literally a Christian herself.
Okay, where did she ever say that?
I'm pretty sure she's Baptist.
Well, she don't act like it.
What do you mean she doesn't act like it? Donald Trump is the one that literally didn't ask God for forgiveness ever. Right? And apparently that's Christian enough for you.
What did he do that he needs to ask for forgiveness for?
You think he's never sinned? He's cheated on every single one of his wives. He's sexually abused a woman. He's lied about the election results in 2020, saying that he won with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won.
Can I just listen? As an ex-Christian, I just gotta hop in here, asking the question: what has Trump ever done in his 3 years of life that he needs?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not a Trump supporter.
Like,
I did not vote for Trump.
Okay.
Why were you? I usually just kick you right out when you say that. I have a follow-up question. Why were you so dedicated to the bit?
Well,
I've never seen anybody as dedicated to the bit as you.
I had notes yesterday because I wanted to argue so bad about Trump.
But you don't even believe it.
Well, yeah.
So then why were you doing that for 2.5 hours, Jane?
It was not really 2.5. I was doing my homework while I was doing it.
Oh, that's probably why. She's procrastinating.
Okay, all right. You know what?
No, don't kick me. Don't kick me. Wait,
I have to kick you because you didn't vote for Trump. I gave you much more time on the live after you told us that than anybody else ever because of your commitment yesterday. Oh my God, Dana! Thank you so much for the $100 donation over on PayPal, Dana. I really appreciate you for that. Fucking hell, dude. Thank you, Dana. Jesus. Okay, let's see what Dana said here. Dana said, "Love your content and depth of knowledge." I appreciate that, Dana. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've more recently I've been like fixating more on like blown out longer discussions compared to like the quicker logical traps, if that makes any sense. So there's like 1,000,000,001 ways to kind of like lead a Trump supporter into a logical contradiction in like under 3 sentences. But what I've more so been focusing on is hearing a Trump supporter out for why they voted for Trump and trying to explore the nuances of their reasoning. And I think I've been enjoying that approach a lot more. It gives me a lot more content material to go over, so I'm not repeating the same thing to every guest. And then B, it creates an environment that is much more conducive towards education, which I think I've even personally liked. So yeah, I appreciate you so much for the love, Dana, and that's a very kind message. Thank you. What is going on, Dane? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't. You're awesome, Dean.
Yeah, I appreciate you for the love, Dane. Dude, W liberal fetus. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, y'all. We got Brett loaded in. Hello, Brett. Did you vote for Trump?
Can you hear me?
I actually can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Not popping on to debate. I was just going to say to your last point, I did vote for Trump. Don't kick me yet. But I do appreciate what your last comment was about how you've taken the time to actually have a conversation. So I listen fairly often, and I don't know. I've appreciated the dialogue.
Well, Brett, I appreciate you so much for popping up and saying that. I will respect your desire not to debate and move on to the next guest, but just know that I appreciate that from you, and hopefully one of these days you'll be back into that queue to test your luck and to see if I could change your mind. What is up, Winter? Did you vote for Trump?
Son of a bitch.
Well, that's not nice language, Winter. Okay, it looks like I'm going to stop memeing. It looks like Winter's a little busy. We're going to get the next guest. We got Whitney loading in right now. If you're one of the 11.3 thousand people watching, make sure you're double tapping on that phone screen. What is going on, Whitney? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did, but sorry, I saw your
Zygo?
Sorry, I'm very soft spoken. Sorry.
It's not a zygo. It's not a zygo. I thought it was for a second too, but no, this is no, not a zygo. Hi, Whitney.
Sorry, I saw your feed for the first time yesterday, and it was really interesting. I'm just trying to understand a liberal's perspective a little bit more.
Well, you came to the right place.
I did vote for Trump, but I was really on the fence till the very last second, and maybe I did vote for him just because I had planned to vote for him the entire time, but then my dad told me he was going to vote for Harris, and it really surprised me. And then I really was just kind of on the fence about it, and then I think I went with what I had originally thought I was going to vote for.
What were your biggest concerns in the election?
I think the biggest thing for me is, so I just got married, and I was just trying to think about what goals I had for the next 4 years, and we were just trying to get a house, establish a family, be able to really pursue the dreams that we have.
So you think that Donald Trump's better for this American dream than Kamala Harris?
Well, that's the thing. So I guess because I listened to you yesterday, I was hearing some of the things you said about the economy, and I was like, well, maybe I didn't do my research quite as well as I wanted to. And I guess that's why I just wanted to talk to you. It's just I wanted to know where you went for your research, because I felt like I couldn't listen to the media just because I felt like I was getting biased answers. So I just didn't know where to look.
I'm going to be honest about where I've gotten a lot of my preliminary research to enter into these conversations from. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm sure that there's better ways for me to get this information. But unironically, from these fucking debate streams. I was so addicted to listening to these debate streams. And whenever I'd hear anything that I didn't know as fact, I would then fucking go on Google to fact check them to see if, I could request up and prove them wrong. But... And then off of those fact checks, I was able proven right or wrong about different things, and that really scaled my beliefs. And I think that is not a terrible way of learning. Obviously, you shouldn't just believe whatever anybody says on the internet. So I don't expect anybody watching the stream to believe Dean when he says undocumented migrants pay $100 billion in taxes every year. Mm-hmm. But what more so is valuable is that I'm giving you the information to help you build a belief, and I get you to that point where all you have to do is fact check me. And fact checking me is so much easier than kind of casting this really wide net out to take in all political beliefs and ideologies from every which angle, which doesn't really help you construct more foundational beliefs of what party to vote for. So
that's essentially just the basis of your epistemology should be Dean Withers. Okay. If you're not accepting it just based upon whatever Dean Withers say, then you're going to probably have some bad foundation for epistemology.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. No, seriously. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
I heavily implore you to listen to what I say and then literally fact check me on any search engine, and you'll see that I'm right. And maybe I can shift your views.
This was just really just to try to understand where you guys are coming from.
Absolutely.
Sure. All right, awesome. Yeah, we'll have a good one.
Me too.
We're gonna move on to the next guest. Here we go, you guys. Guys, make sure you're in that queue. Only if you voted for Trump, and we're gonna get the next guest, Zoe, up here. Yo, Gustavo, thank you so much for the $20 over on PayPal. Gustavo says, "My son and I enjoy your."
Zoe's a liberal.
W Zoe. Gustavo says, "Well, I don't know why my PayPal's just not loading. I'm sorry, Gustavo. My PayPal's not loading. Let me see if I could give it a moment to load so I could thank you for your... there we go. Gustavo says, my son and I enjoy your knowledge about what's going on in our country. Keep debating. I'll never stop. And thank you for your kindness. Everybody, show some love to Gustavo. I'm so happy that, I could brighten y'all's days. Thank you. And then also, let's see, who else here? Ariana, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. And then Sean with a $1. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Very kind, very kind, very kind. And Liv with a $5 on Venmo. Naomi with a $10. Katie with a $5. And Samantha with a $10. Thank you guys. What is going on, Margaret? Did you vote for Trump? Margaret!
So I have a weird request. My dad voted for Trump, and could I give you his reasoning and you can debate that so I have ammo?
You know what? Just give me one of his arguments and I'll give you a quick response. Just because I know how satisfying it will be for you to dunk on him.
Okay, so my parents both immigrated from the Soviet Union in the 80s as Jewish religious refugees.
Okay.
Wow. And the complicated thing with that is they went through the process legally of becoming American citizens. So now they're really biased against illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Okay. Think about it this way, because they had to go
I
through
can't
really
get them
hard...
to like see that they're people.
Yeah, check this out. So like they had to go through really hard processes compared to undocumented migrants that don't. So they probably think it's unfair. Your grandma, or your more so your great grandma, probably well, no, because they were migrants from the USSR. Anyways, there was a lot of women prior to 1920 that had lived the entirety of their lives without the right to vote. That would look at new women that were just 18, 19, 20 that just gained the right to vote and think that it's unfair because they lived their whole life without a say. And then all of a sudden, these new 18-year-old women are walking into their adult life with a say, right? But just because, right, we have a progression insofar as the deployment of our policy to make the quality of life better for the most people as possible, doesn't mean that we should advocate for regression out of unfairness, right? So maybe what I'd say here is, although your parents had to go through very difficult processes of migration, that doesn't justify imposing difficult processes of migration on more people. In fact, they should want to advocate for making them easier because they know how hard it is.
As well as I would say is, like, most people believe in like the American dream, like that it's gonna be better for their children than it was for them, right? So like obviously we'd want it to like be better for immigrants in the future comparative to immigrants in the past.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good point. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thank you.
Based.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming up, Margaret. Shout out to Margaret. Charles, hello. Mute that mic, please.
Hey, Dean, how's it going?
You know, it's going all right. I'm actually having a pretty good day. These streams are a lot easier to do when I'm not screaming at the top of my lungs 24/7. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did. I've voted for Trump 3 times, actually.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh, gosh. Why? Tell me why. Tell me why.
So I guess, I know I've been listening to you for the past week or so. So I know you can probably do laps around me as far as facts and everything goes. But I think that probably what it boils down to is I just voted him because I think he just brings a lot more common sense and we wanted someone to really like shake up Washington.
Wait. If I could do laps around you with the logic of the left, how does the logic of the right usher common sense into existence?
Well, no, I meant just knowing. You study, facts and everything, so you'll probably know a lot more numbers and details more than I. That's what I meant.
Okay, I'm gonna let you keep cooking. Just take the mic away. I don't know if that one makes sense to me.
Okay,
I'm $2. Hi, Nunu. Trump is dumb.
So you think that Donald Trump ushers more common sense into effect, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
Okay.
The reason why I don't think that Donald Trump ushers more common sense to America. I don't think it's commonsensical to want to make the lives of anybody making under $395,000 per year harder, as his economic policy would. I don't think it's commonsensical to want to ethnically cleanse the Gaza Strip or impose tariffs on our allies, starting economic wars, which have caused the largest free falls in the American stock market since the recession of '08.
Well, let me say one thing. I'm not the biggest fan on the on his tariff policy. That is one thing that I'm not a huge fan of. But from his first term to where I am now, I was a lot better off financially than I was under Biden.
Okay, but like, how do you know that was caused by Trump's administration?
Anxiety pen needs to go away.
I mean, I can see how it can maybe vary. I mean, it might have been some things that Obama brought the way towards the end of his presidency, and then Trump just kind of continued on that. And then I know we were hit with COVID and everything, but just from the period from like 2017 to right before COVID, I think I was very well off financially. And then I know it wasn't all Biden, because of the COVID and everything.
But you're not answering like what you think that like. Can you name like what Biden did to make it worse, or what Trump did to make it better?
I think energy might be a big thing.
Okay, well, Donald Trump just put tariffs on Canadian energy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his tariff policy.
And what happened to the stock market?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're talking about what's just happened the past few days.
Mm-hmm. And even today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably from the tariffs.
Okay, and so don't you blame Trump for that?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the tariffs.
Okay, so like, how is that good economic policy overall?
Well, I'm crossing my fingers that he kind of sees that it's probably not, the tariffs aren't going to work out, and that we kind of go back to what his economic policies were back in 2017, 2028. Say again?
Which were?
I mean, I can't, I don't know the concrete. I mean, I know, we're really big into, fracking and, creating, with energy and everything. I mean, as far as like concrete, I just know from my,
So you don't know any of the policies, right? You don't have any reference for this section to the Biden-Harris administration. They did the highest level of domestic production of oil, right, in the country's history for the time. Secondly, we could reference, right, or of any country ever, by the way. Secondly, we could reference the renewable energy production, right? Donald Trump is undermining renewable energy production, which doesn't make our energy process, right, multifaceted. Okay, so we need a multifaceted approach if we want to be able to like continue this in the long term in the future.
So what you're saying, we had more U.S. production under Biden?
U.S. production of energy for renewable energy, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, but not oil and gas. You're saying renewable energy. That's like solar.
Non-renewable energy.
Yeah, non-renewable energy as well.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, I know it's a very unknown fact that the Democrats didn't talk about enough. I don't know why. Like, dude, the Democrat. Okay, I'm not gonna sidetrack the debate. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Biden and Harris. I don't think they. I mean, I think they did some good things, and I think their messaging wasn't all there. I mean,
yeah, their messaging fucking sucked. Their messaging sucked.
I didn't think
Biden was so bad. They didn't have any counter
Biden
messaging.
was all there, but that's a different debate. But another reason I like Trump is I feel like he presents very strong, like that he don't view like it's not weak leadership. Like I feel like we have a better foothold. We're looked at better as him as a leader than.
Well, no, by who? Name one country.
Yeah, who?
Russia?
No, not Russia. I mean, I agree.
Then who?
Russia.
Who looks at us better? Seriously.
Well,
See?
I mean,
it's a lie. It's propaganda, man. I'm telling you. No, everybody like fucking hates us now, except for Putin.
Well, I can't. Seriously. I mean, I can't see what the other leaders see, but I know just from my perspective,
why do you think he demands? Like, what do you? Why do you think other world leaders look at him better? Unless it's Israel or Russia, no way.
I mean, just from my point of view, he seems like a stronger leader than.
Okay, why? Why?
Like what quality?
Yeah. Was it
I guess
renaming the water?
Maybe his firmness, his directness.
Wait, he's not even firm. He's a flip flop.
And he's not even direct, bro. He's the most indirect.
Very indirect.
What was his plan for healthcare?
Well, concepts, quite frankly.
9 years into running for president, all I had was concepts of a plan, and these idiots still voted for me.
Now,
Mercedes, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Holy shit! Oh my god.
Now with healthcare, I've had very more liberal views as far as healthcare. I'm totally not a Bernie guy, but the thing I agree wholeheartely with Bernie is about healthcare. So I'm not on board with Republicans as far as abortion. I've voted Republican ever since I could vote, but I'm definitely lean more moderate. You know, I wouldn't
One
say
second. Aiden! Oh my god, Aiden! Thank you so much for the $100 on PayPal. Aiden says, love your content. Teach the uneducated. Aiden, dude, thank you so much for the love. That is nuts. Holy shit. Everybody show some love to Aiden. But we're not even done there because also Niha with the $100 on PayPal as well. So Aiden and Niha both with $100. Everybody show some love to Aiden and Niha. Niha says, I'm starting to realize immigration was harder in the 70s and 80s for people who were unskilled or not here for education. My dad was taught to in his class in India and was given a visa based on this. I'm having a lot of questions now about immigration. What do I think? I'm not familiar with immigration policy before Obama. I'm not. You're right. I should educate myself more on that, on the historicity of immigration policy. That is something I know nothing about, but I'm not afraid to admit it either, because it just calls for me to learn more. But seriously, Niha and Aiden, thank you both so very, very, very much. That is fucking nuts. Everybody, please show some love to Niha and Aiden. And then also probably thank you for the galaxy. But yeah, show some love to Niha and Aiden. Charles, take it away.
Oh, and one more person. Shannon, thank you for the $40. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Shannon. Thank you so much. We're plenty behind. I don't even know at this point. What's it called? They said that they sent you a $50 dono and you didn't say it, Dean. Just letting you know, Shannon.
Shannon?
PayPal. Shannon on PayPal. And they said hashtag Parker for president. Yeah, thank you so much, Shannon.
Is that the Shannon? Well, go ahead and continue your convo, you guys. I'm gonna look for Shannon.
Go ahead, Charles.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that as far as abortion goes and healthcare, I kind of lean more with the Democrats, but there's a lot more issues that I'm for Republican. I believe in tax cuts and everything like that. So I know you were talking about healthcare,
okay. If you believe in tax cuts, would you agree with increasing taxes on rich people to decrease taxes on the low and middle class?
Not necessarily, because I believe the rich people. They have to have they earn that. So
my god, dude.
Okay, so what about people who are lower income? I would want to decrease taxes on people who are lower income and then replace the revenue lost by that by increasing taxes on people who are rich. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Well, I think you need to have a thriving middle class for sure.
Why do you like suck and fuck all over the boot? Real talk. I don't get it. Saying like the billionaires earn that, so let's make life harder for anybody making under $400,000 a year.
Well, let's just use Elon for example. I think he built his companies from basically the ground up almost. I think he deserves what does he make, $250 billion or however much he's worth. He went out and did that, and I think that's important in a capitalist society.
Listen, I think the moment that we start saying now listen, okay, let me start from the top. I'm very sympathetic to capitalism, much more sympathetic than a lot of people you'll see on the left, okay? But to say that billionaires with a B, earned and deserve every dollar to their name is kind of fucking insane, even to me.
It is undeniably insane.
I absolutely believe that in order to garner such a level of wealth, you are necessarily exploiting human labor. And I believe that full-heartedly. I would love to know the names of the top scientists and researchers at SpaceX that were able to build reusable fucking rockets. One of the biggest innovations in modern American histories. Or the engineers, the top engineers and scientists behind is Starlink program to give internet to people living in the middle of the woods or in active war zones. One of the greatest inventions of modern American history. And I think it is those people who deserve to be paid fairly for the work that they did. And to say that, well, Elon deserved 1,000 of the 1,000 out of every of the 1,000 of the $1 that they generated is like fucking insane, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you know, I mean, it takes a village, you know, for him to accomplish all these things. I mean, and I would
A lot
I mean,
more than a village, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the engineers. I mean, I don't know what they make, but I mean, I mean, I would hope it's a good. I mean, I know it's not as much as he makes, but I mean, the the head CEO or the head, you know, whoever's in charge. I mean, they're the ones that stuck their neck out and created the business, and you know, and
Yeah,
put out the risk.
put risk in. Like I said, I'm sympathetic to capitalism. I'm
Yeah.
okay with the idea of saying like, you know, CEOs getting paid high isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes a bad thing when they get paid like $1 million for every $1 that their employee generates, if that makes
I
any
mean, I
sense.
agree. I mean,
And then like even beyond that, there's another way to frame this issue that makes a lot more sense to me. Like, I don't say let's tax the rich or tax the rich because they don't deserve it, although I do believe that. I say let's tax the rich so we could reinvest back into the middle class.
Plausible. Thank you so much for the 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much.
That's what Kamala Harris wanted to do.
That's true. That is true.
She wasn't just baselessly going to increase the corporate tax rate by 7%. No, she was doing that so she could spend $1.2 trillion on tax cuts for low-income families and not add a penny to our debt or deficit in the next 10 years doing so. Okay? I'm so totally fine with serving some detriment to the ultra-wealthy to make sure that low-income Americans are taken care of to a greater extent they are now, especially considering the fact that we have pre-French Revolution levels of income inequity in our country right now. They are who needs the focus. And one could even argue that this will end up being conducive towards a better state of affairs for the ultra-wealthy. I mean, think about it. What have we seen after the imposition of Donald Trump's tariffs that disproportionately hurt you the less money you make? We've seen that we may enter into a recession. We've seen the fastest 24-hour free falls in the stock markets since 2008. We've seen that our GDP is going to slim by 3% in the first financial quarter of 2025. And that fucking hurts the rich, okay? So if we want to help the rich, well, let's help the low and middle income Americans to inspire higher levels of consumer confidence and spending. It's going to be good for everyone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right, and that's what Kamala Harris was going to do.
Yeah, what's the I'm not real familiar with the tax bracket. So like, let's say Elon. What's his percentage? Where is he at on the tax?
I don't know how much Elon's paid in taxes. No,
Okay.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the exact number.
I think he's
$10.
talked about spending billions, though, which I believe.
One thing I can say is that the top like billionaires are paying a lower effective tax rate than the working class. I can say that.
Yeah, just the actual percentage.
Yeah, in terms of effective tax rate. B, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. As well as Taryn, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the good work. Thank you. And Eli, thank you for the $5. I'm confused. What do you mean by that?
And then also, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm pretty fine with saying if there's a solution to make millions of average Americans better off that fucks over ultra rich people a little bit, I'm going to be okay with that every single time. I'm so totally fine with serving to the interests of single mothers of fives over the interests of $100 million yacht owners. They can serve to their own interests. They could take care of themselves. You know, let them deal with this tyrannical, oppressive government that is trying to fuck them over every chance they could get. Don't let the average Americans deal with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also believe. I mean, it's human beings' nature. I mean, everyone's going to look after their own self-interest. Even the single mother, I mean, she's going to look out what's best for her and her kids. The billionaire is going to look after what's best for him.
And that's why we need certain types of guardrails in place, particularly to ensure that we take care of everyone in the public, right? Because there are people out there that do have this self-interested notion, but there are plenty of people out there that don't have that self-interested notion. It's just, yeah, in society it is true that plenty of humans are self-interested. So what we need to do is we need to incentivize people within their self-interest to help other people. And we also need to reform people so that their self-interest is to help other people.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about, Charles?
No, not really.
Okay, have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
I have about another 20 minutes on live before I get off, y'all. About another 20 minutes on live before I get off.
Should I just go start my live then?
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, just get it going.
I think it's up to you, but like an explosive rate of 10,000 people at once would be a big boom.
That's what I meant. Like, it would just be best. Whatever. I'll just go in like this here pretty soon.
Whatever just do whatever you think would generate the most advantageous outcome for viewership on your stream.
Oh wait! Oh my God! Eli with the $300 on Cash App. Holy shit! For this is what I mean, of course. Oh my God! I didn't even notice. That's crazy, yo, Eli. Oh my gosh! With the $300 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Let's go. W's for Eli in the comment section right now. Holy shit! Thank you so much, Eli. That is crazy. Awesome. Bro, people spam W's in the chat. W's. I really appreciate it.
Everyone shows
get some W's for Eli. As well as have the thing for $3.
Brittany, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, as well as Ella. Thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. Then Stephanie with the $10, Sin with the $10, Maddie with the $5, and Matt with the $5. Thank you, guys. If you do want to support me, you could find the link to my Venmo and the PayPal in the pinned comment on the YouTube stream or in the bio on the TikTok account, or just right up there. You see it. Get 100% of the proceeds on those platforms. And then you could also find the same links for Parker in the same places on his account. Arez, thank you for the $100 and SEK over on YouTube Super Chat. I appreciate that. What is going on, Liv? Did you vote for Trump? Does not look like Liv is connecting. You know, I've actually seen a strange amount of people asking me in the chat if this stream is even real.
It's because of the account.
Yeah, I think it's like a conjunct of the fact that it's like just a super mysterious random account and like the high camera quality.
Put in your bio live at this account.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, by the way, for everyone watching, I'm probably never going to do a live on the main account again and just continue to use this account just because it's been performing so fucking well.
Yeah, it's actually unbelievable that this account used to, I remember with Dean, used to be so fucking shadow banned beyond belief that Dean wouldn't even touch that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't even touch this account because of how bad it was. All right, we're going to go to get that next guest up in here. So yeah, just make sure you follow. Michaela, thank you for the $1 over on PayPal. Can you say hi to my sister Brittany for me? Hey, Brittany. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to Brittany. All right. Yo, Matt DL8, get your beta booty in that queue for me right now. All right. We need to have a discussion. You've been talking shit down below all stream. So it's time, you finally face me. What is going on, Cage Kings? Did you vote for Trump?
Yep.
All right. Why did you vote for the worst presidential candidate of your life?
Yeah, because he was better than Kamala.
Oh, why was he better than Kamala Harris, sir?
Border crossings that are all-time low right now, with no piece of legislation passed.
True. Anything else?
Kamala was in charge of the border,
She was in charge of the border.
Oh,
she was in charge of the border. I'm not going to say borders are, because that's not a real thing.
True.
What was she in charge of with the border?
Oh.
She was in charge of funding something about the border?
Getting private funds for Central American countries?
Right. So she was essentially in charge of the border, right?
Have I talked to you before?
No, me and you were good. We started, but then I had to go to work.
Okay.
So we didn't get to finish. You finished. Hey, you finished with. Remember, you were saying, "Oh, I get as much views as Aiden Ross."
That I
Something
would
about
have
Aiden
never
Ruff.
said that.
I don't
Yeah,
think
because
that's
we
a
were talking
sentence
about.
that Parker's ever uttered out of his mouth.
I promise you that is something I've never said.
Well, not views, not views. We were talking about the E. Jean Carroll thing, and then you were like, "Oh, people in Aiden Ross's account would say something like what she said was true," and I don't want
Do
to
you
get
think
all
it's
deep
likely
into what
that
she
you
said.
were... Okay, we're gonna ignore all that. Going back to what you said.
Yeah.
You said that you
Does
voted
that
for
mean
Trump
he
because
did
of...
talk to me then?
I talked to you. We didn't finish though.
I don't even know what this guy's saying, bro.
Well, I don't think you could ever make anybody finish. Not just Parker, but including others like your mother.
I know. I'm sure you can, and I'm sure you can. Right.
What
The
a
one who
weird...
doesn't.
What a weird response to that. I'm sure you can make my wife
I'm
finish,
sure.
Dean.
I'm sure.
What the
I'm sure.
dude?
I'm
What
sure
a what
you're
a
the guy.
what a
I'm sure you're
weird...
the guy. I'm sure
One
you're the
second.
guy for.
Can we just like... What a weird fucking response to... What a... Unmute. Take it away. You got the mic. Take it,
Bro,
please.
and this is the left, bro. Just a bunch of soy boy feminist fucking bro. Like you're barely a man, bro. Like what are you talking
Wait.
about?
So I'm.
Are you dead
Wait.
ass,
So I
bro?
am
This
a
is the
man.
left for you. This is the left for you. These are the people fighting for the left. You guys,
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Destiny,
Hey,
Destiny, like the most feminist, soft boys in the world, bro. So
What's wrong with
like,
being
what
feminine?
are you talking about?
Hey, what's wrong with me being feminine?
Nothing if you're a woman. Are you a woman?
I'm not a woman. I'm a man.
You,
what's wrong with me as a man having
are you
feminine?
sure?
What's wrong with me as a man?
Are you sure? You sure you're not
what's
a
wrong
woman?
with me as a man having feminine qualities? Are you saying that a woman can have a
You're
dick and balls?
No, that's what you think.
That's what you just claimed. Wait,
that's
so
what you guys
I'm a
think.
man, right?
What is a woman?
So I am a man, right, Cage?
What is a woman?
An adult human person who's committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the female sex as an expression of identity.
Are trans women women?
Yes.
We can't talk about trans individuals.
Yeah, we can't talk about that. But like, can
Right,
you please address what I'm saying? So I am a man, even though.
What are you saying?
Wait, so I am a man, right?
You're a boy. Sure.
Okay, wait. So if I'm
Yeah,
a boy,
you're a boy.
if I'm
Yeah,
a
you're
boy
a
and
boy.
yet I'm 22 years old, then Donald Trump wanted to date a girl, right, who is 20 years old in 10 years when they were 10 years old.
Emily, thank you for the $20 donation over on
he wasn't
PayPal.
serious.
I appreciate you for the love, Emily.
He wasn't serious.
And this is another thing you guys do is take every little piece of word that somebody says, you take it to the grave.
Lucky,
You'll take
thank
that
you for
shit to the
meteor shower. I appreciate
fucking
you.
grave, bro.
Can I talk to Cage King real quick?
Go ahead.
You
Yeah.
just
Yes,
stop feminist boys, bro. Like, come on.
You're calling me a feminist boy. I think you're meaning to call me a
Yo,
feminine
Wendy,
boy,
thank you
right?
so much for the $50
No, you're a
on
feminist,
YouTube
for sure,
Super
for
Chat.
sure.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Wendy.
I'm
Can we get some
feminist.
W's for
Yeah,
Wendy
I
in the
know.
chat? Thank
I
you
know.
so much,
Are
Wendy.
you trying to
I really appreciate the $50.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Caring about other people than just myself and other people with bits
Sure.
and balls?
Throw your little twist on it.
Well, I mean, I just think
Which
it's
you love
funny.
to do.
I just think it's hilarious. You're like, oh, you're a feminist. Feminist, like definitionally speaking, just means that I want women to have
Bro,
fair
why do you keep
treatment in
muting me
society.
for? What do you keep muting me for, bro?
So I could speak.
Wait, Cage, are you a feminist?
You're so fucking triggered,
Cage,
bro.
are you a fem?
Are you triggered?
Cage, are you
triggered?
No, are you a feminist?
No.
No,
You are.
You're not. So can you tell
No,
me what
you guys are.
What is a feminist?
I'm a base feminism. Let's go.
Yeah, what is a feminist?
Base feminist.
Can you tell me
You
what?
rather fight. You rather fight
Wait.
for women's rights than men's rights. That's what you guys do.
Yeah, what right?
I
That's
fight.
exactly what you guys do.
Hold on. I just want to clarify. I fight for
Okay,
both
then I
men
wanna
and women's rights.
Okay, real quick.
No,
What
you don't
fucking-
say. You don't say
Cage.
anything about men.
Cage, let me ask
You
you a
don't fight
question.
for men at all.
Because what
Why do I
needs
need
to be
to?
said about men? What right do we not have that we need?
Oh, you guys are so fucking
No,
triggered,
no.
bro.
Should we blame?
Wait,
should we
he's
blame?
not responding.
Should we blame the fact that we lack rights on all of the 47 male presidents that have served in the Oval Office? Should we blame the fact that we lack rights on the disproportionately male Congress and disproportionately male Supreme Court?
What rights have
since
men
the
lost?
conception
What
of
rights
our
have men
country?
lost?
What rights have women lost?
You're not
Which
answering the
one?
question. Answer my question. I asked you first. What rights did men lose? And we can
What
say
rights did women-
right to abortion. Now tell me.
They lost the right to abortion, so no women could get abortions today.
Answer the question.
66
Can women get
million
abortions today?
You understand that
66
it's
million
dependent upon the state, right? Now answer the question.
Select service. If something happens, we have to go.
Selective service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think that
Yes.
Who set that up? Who
yeah,
set that
that's
up?
yeah. Who set that system up?
Does it matter? You
Wait,
asked me a
does.
question.
Wait,
I
Cage.
answered it.
Cage, do
You
you
answered me. You asked me a
wait,
question. I
Cage.
answered it.
Cage, do you think
Right,
think women
exactly.
should
You
be in
don't
the
like the
military?
answer.
Cage, do you think women should be in the military?
I don't
Bro,
care.
that was President
No, let him answer that. Let him
Woodrow
answer that. Let him
Wilson.
answer that. Cage, do you think women should be in the military?
Sure.
You
They
think they
want.
should be able to?
Yeah,
Do
sure.
you
if
think they
want,
should be
why not?
drafted? Do you think they should be drafted?
Nah, I don't think so. Nah,
Dude.
I don't think so.
You
Okay,
just
okay.
dude, so you set that system
I
up.
answered you.
Your ideology set that system up, and now you're mad about
I
it.
answered your question though, bro.
Your
What do you
ideology
mean?
set that up.
Wait, I also have a
Who
question.
cares who sets it up though? But you asked me a question. I answered it, right?
I have a question real quick. Can I talk real quick? I feel like I'm not really being given a chance to speak. Thank you.
What? Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
this is President Woodrow Wilson. Do you know what he did?
President? What did President Woodrow do? What did he do?
President Would
Don't get twisted on your roads. Go
Bro,
ahead.
his name is a fucking tongue twister. You cannot deny that.
Sure,
President
sure. Go
Woodrow
ahead.
Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson.
What about him, bro?
Woodrow Wilson. This
about
is the guy that signed the Select Service into account into law, meaning that this man right here is to blame for the fact that only men can be
Okay,
forced
but
to go to war.
but see, the question wasn't who do we blame for this? You asked me a question, right?
I did.
And I answered your question. You just didn't like the answer that I gave you. So then you had to go to revert to, well, who started that?
You sound so triggered.
Who started that?
You sound so triggered right
But
now.
listen, here, I'm gonna give a little
use
bit.
my shit. Use my shit.
I'm gonna give a little bit more
yeah.
of a. I'm gonna
He's
give
so
a little
mad.
bit. I'm gonna give a little bit more of an in-depth.
I know,
look into the
Parker.
issue.
You're making me so
Okay.
mad, Parker.
Man, listen,
so bad.
I would really appreciate it if you just be able to give me the mic and allow me the chance and opportunity to speak. Is that fair?
Sure. Go ahead, Dean.
Okay, when I say that
Racist, Dean. Matter of fact.
Okay, we can talk about that later. When I say that
right.
Sir, do I need to put you on mute?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. When I say that I want to fight for women's rights, it's because a fight is required. All right? And when you ask me why I don't want to fight for men's rights, it's because it's in the fucking palm of your hand. You could have the men in Congress, the men in the presidency, repeal and overturn forced service from men today. But the same is not true when we're speaking about legal and social inequities as it would apply to women. All right?
Right.
In order to reinstantiate
Dory,
federal
thank you so much.
protections for every woman
I
and
appreciate
girl's
the
right to
$5.
choose.
Thank you so much,
Well,
Dory.
I mean, you have the most misogynistic, adjudicated rapist to get through. Okay? But if you want to eliminate an act that requires men to be forced to go to war under certain circumstances, you just got to go tell Mr. Trump it's a little unfair, right? And I guess my point is, men are not oppressed in society in a way.
I got another one.